Hello, and we are live. Welcome to the one shot, air quote, one shot special, multi shot special. Well, it's a one shot because it's gonna happen this year, and then there's gonna be a couple
It's a one
more.
shot and a
Yeah, one shot, and then not a one shot of VAESEN here over at this lovely channel. This is awesome. This is a first ever of like we've had. This is actually a first that somebody kind of, well, it's not first one shot. No, we've done a couple of campaigns with other folks, but this is a first in a sense that we
I'm
had
not
the
worthy of a campaign, huh?
no, I mean first for the Farts gang to have a guest GM. So this is awesome. I've always made it a point to play a game with the Farts gang around this time. We always played in October. We had Durian Hotel, we had Manumbalik, and now we have Bison. Woo! With Mark, of course. Also, Mark, a resident Nordic European dude. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna introduce everybody real quick. Don't worry, it's very casual here on my end. And we're gonna introduce all the players and of course our lovely guest GM that will be running some spooky horror because the horror never stops at October. It just keeps going and going and going all year round. So we'll start the lovely introductions for Zip players. I will throw the first person under the bus to introduce themselves and how long they've been playing TTRPGs. Andy, let's go.
Why am I always the first one?
Because A,
Um,
A is for Andrew.
Wait, I can hear myself through Tirso. Me and Tirso, we're like in the same room. So
It's okay.
hold on.
Sorry.
Right. Uh, what was the question?
Yeah, who are you?
Introduce.
Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hello,
Who
I'm
am I?
Andy. Well,
Hello,
I'm
Andy.
Andrew, but you can call me Andy.
Andy.
Hi, Andy.
And I have been playing TTRPGs for a long time, but very sporadically. And I normally do it with I don't know what to say.
Like, it's okay. I know you're actually...
You started playing.
I genuinely don't remember how I started playing.
We started playing
but-
together.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Me and Nitz
I will help you.
Nitz helped me. She was there when I started, and since then I played D&D with a few of my friends. I run my own little game that we
Yeah.
can't really release to the public because it's all the dark humor that only we understand. And Denma here is the person that introduces me to new systems. So we played Call of Cthulhu, and now we're playing VAESEN. VAESEN?
Vice.
Yeah,
Vaesen.
nailed it.
Yay.
Nailed it.
Vaesen.
Yeah, Vaesen. Vaesen is correct.
VAESEN.
Vaesen.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for today. And I will roleplay hard.
Yeah. And who are you role playing as, by the way? Do you remember the name?
I made it easier for myself, so I just typed Swedish name for Andrew, and it's Anders. So please, I am Anders Almklint. And my character is what does it mean? Old age.
He's
Old
like-
man.
He's an old man.
Old
You're just
man.
old.
Yeah,
He's
Oh.
old man.
old person.
You
Oh,
old.
that-
It's fine because it's correct. It's
Old.
accurate.
Yeah.
Old.
Accurate.
yeah, so I'm old, and I'm an officer.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes. So Anders.
An officer, for context, is a war veteran.
Oh.
So basically, you know how to shoot things and stab things, and you probably got your own share of PTSD.
Hey.
Hell yeah!
Awesome. Thank you for that, Andy. And also, just a little segue since this is we're playing with like three-fourths of the Farts gang, do check out the frightening, alarming real-life tale show. This is the reason why I actually pull them into horror games, because they're just the perfect folks to, invite for these sort of things. They do a lovely podcast where they cover real-life horror stories with Nins, who I will throw next under the bus to introduce themselves. Go.
Oh no, I am under the bus. Ah. Hi. As Andrew mentioned, we started playing together TTRPG from way before the pandemic happened. The Great Pandemic. Yes, that is the podcast. I've personally been also running a few games every now and again, and I have never finished a campaign, which is very sad. All the children I play with, like, either move, time thing, and so much more. Typical DM stuff, you know how it is.
Schedule conflicts.
Yeah, like major schedule conflicts. So, what else? I am talky talk on little PNG here. That is all.
And who are you playing as? Who are you playing as today?
Oh, right. Playing
Zol, damn it.
I'm playing Valentina. She is. I am also old, but I am not an officer. I'm an. And
Ha.
my
Old.
big trauma is that fire scares me. As I was almost burned alive as a witch by my own family. I'm old. Bless grandma.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
Bless grandma.
It says you're middle aged though, you're not old. You're
Is it middle age?
You're middle
Oh, it
aged.
does say
Damn it!
middle age.
No, you're also old like me.
I'm a little younger
If
than
you
you,
asked a
old
young
man.
person, they would agree with that, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, next that I'm throwing under the bus for introductions is Tirso. Go. You do it. I believe in you.
Oh, hello. My name is Tirso. I'm a motion designer slash graphic designer. I'm not a streamer at all. And yeah, so my with role playing is very limited. I think I might be the most inexperienced one here. And TBH, I think I'm still gonna struggle
It's okay.
during this one.
Says the guy
It's
who threw a
fine.
durian at a monster and keeps like a sack of durian. That was a weapon, I'm just saying. And you were dangerous.
Listen, that's what I declared, and that was my weapon. Okay.
You just
So
threw
yeah,
a sack
my
of
experience
durians.
with role playing, yeah, my my entire experience with role playing games started with Denma, because she's the one who introduced it to me. With I think it was that Hogwarts RPG one
Yeah.
that we never finished.
And we just did the sorting and that was it.
The hat
Yeah,
was
that was
great.
it.
I was missorted, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
Accept
He's
your
a
fate.
proud
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. That
I
face.
still have a photo of you with that.
Yep, good times. Good
So good.
times.
Such a
And
great face.
what is Tirso playing today?
Oh, wait, hang on.
He,
I am playing
What is he
Miss
doing?
Helena.
Oh no.
I am playing
Okay,
Miss Helena.
Okay, I want
a
to
young
point it out
writer.
that I think you were deliberately burying the lead. Like, I'm gonna be shit at this. Hat. Fuck you.
It's on
you're
a high up.
amazing.
yes, look at the props.
I'm inexperienced, but I will put
But
100%
enthusiastic,
into it. Yes.
which is all I ask for.
Also,
Yes. So I'm playing Helena. Helena, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Sky?
Let's go with
Different.
Skite. Yeah, we're gonna butcher your
Alright.
language, Swedes. Sorry. Yeah,
Hel-
let's go with Skite.
Sorry.
Skite, maybe, but probably Skite. Let's go with Skite.
I'll just call her Helena. I play
Yeah.
Helena, a young writer.
Uh-huh.
I am researching a book. I just read
Sweet.
off
Respect your elders.
the description. Am I the youngest one here? Oh,
yeah,
I-
yeah,
maybe.
you are.
Who knows?
Yes. Yes.
The low bar.
I have youth on my side.
Yes, yes. Awesome, awesome. And of course, we got another. We have another player, the right wingman, the Scotsman representing the Nordic North. Over there. Introduce yourself. How long have you been doing TTRPGs and what are you playing tonight?
I'll take wingman, but maybe no right wing man. I would like not right wing. Just...
Right wingman.
Hi, Mark or Ratslayer. Yeah, I've been doing TTRPG for ages. What, like 2016 maybe? But I do a lot of other kind of roleplay stuff that isn't like tabletop. So like I do a lot of like GTRP stuff, and I've done loads of written RP stuff. So anything that just makes me, gets me to do silly characters, I'm pretty much always down for. And that means usually when when Denma says, "Oh, I'm playing this game that you've never heard of. You want to play?" Also, the sun is super bright, so I'm getting blown out like hell. I'm just going to slowly disappear into the sunlight.
Yeah. You look like
anyway.
You look like you're getting J.J. Abrams with the lens flare.
Yeah, or maybe I've been a ghost the whole time.
Oh my god.
You're the bad guy in the
Plot
VAESEN adventure.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Yeah, it was the Scots all along.
But yeah, so pretty experienced and yeah, I've always been there for Demo being like, "You want to play this game?" And I'm always like, "Never heard of it. Let's go." So this is another one of those. So never heard of it. Let's go. I'm playing Torren Lindberg, who is a old age hunter.
Hey, more oldies,
So
more geriatrics.
I guess
Let's go.
I'll probably do an old man voice, and I kind of feel like there's a buddy cop thing gonna happen. I'm just saying, I feel the vibes are feeling like the oldies are gonna go. "Oh, this kids don't understand nothing. No, you know how to shoot a gun."
Back in my day.
Yeah.
Right.
So it should be fun. We'll see how this all this all ends up.
All right.
Also, one of my resources is a home, which I didn't even know people could still own homes in this day and age, but incredible.
Well,
It's fantasy.
It's
It's
modern
fantasy,
day,
right?
if it helps.
So, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
1890s. So
it has to be
a bit more
fantasy if somebody
realistic.
owns a house.
Hey,
Exactly. The true horror is keeping the upkeep of the house. But yes, I'm gonna go before I,
trying to keep dry.
before I introduce myself. I'm just gonna do a quick thing. I'm just gonna this is my channel, so I'm just gonna make it quick. I'm just gonna play a priest. I've always been playing a priest in some of my games. This entire year been doing a lot of priestly things. So, yes, then mother. Been playing TTRPGs. I'm new here. I haven't played TTRPGs. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. But yes, I'm playing Victor at AF. That's how I'm reading it. Victor AF Black. Victor AF Blackie. Yeah.
Victor as fuck.
It's AF. It's AF. So it's a Victor AF Blackie. I'm a young priest, and apparently I'm trying to cleanse my tarnished soul, which is a pretty edgelord. I'm gonna go for a hot priest vibe. So, but yes, enough of my introductions. I keep it short and sweet. We're gonna go now and introduce our lovely guest GM, who is running VAESEN for us.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. Yes, we are indeed playing VAESEN today. So, my name is Jack. You can find me on all the social media garbage at Jack Squarepeg, where I do predominantly horror games. Call of Cthulhu is my game of choice in the pulp setting, which is how Den Mother got corrupted all of you, and so you two have to watch it, and so my infection spreads.
Yes.
So, with that said, you can find my cowboy pulp Cthulhu show, Trouble Over Yonder. If you think that Good, Bad, and the Ugly and John Carpenter's The Thing is a good mix, go give it a watch. It's a fun time. As well as that, I am running a campaign that will be out soon, which is a traditional running of the newer campaign, A Time to Harvest, which is 1930s students in the Vermont Hills, where nothing bad will happen to them, I'm sure. But it will be in Miskatonic University. And fun fact, this is what I sort of do to kind of hook people in. Arkham Asylum, you might have heard that term before in the Batman universe. Well, that came from Lovecraft. and it's right in town. It's right nearby, so they can go to Arkham Asylum, or maybe a little bookie book called the Necronomicon. That exists, and it's Lovecraft's invention, and it's in the university where they study. So who knows what they're going to do? I certainly don't. I kind of do, because I know one of them is very obsessed with power and spells. So I expect some break-ins in the library at some point. Other than that, yeah, we are running VAESEN. So we will get right into it.
Yeah.
So this game, I need to do a couple of things first before we continue. First, though we are doing this across the pond in a whole bunch of different areas, at least for me personally, this stream is taking place on the lands of the Wurundjeri people, and I wish to acknowledge them as traditional owners. I would also like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be watching or will be watching in the future. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. The second thing is that we are going to be playing a horror game today. My players have already heard this spiel before, but it's important to note that we have had a conversation about how far I'm allowed to take it, what topics I'm not allowed to discuss, and the understanding, and I'm reminding you players now, that all you have to do is make an X with your arms, or PM me, or say something out loud, and we can fast forward the tape, right? Because we don't know what's going to be too uncomfortable for us in the moment. Things will get real. This is a horror game. That said, I compare it to eating chilies. And I made TSO laugh before when I said, technically speaking, chilies are one of those plants that, technically speaking, we're not supposed to eat them, because there's literally a plant that's telling us to fuck off. But in the right amounts, it enhances food. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get right on the line of uncomfortability without actually triggering ourselves. So with that said, we're going to take our intrepid investigators, and we are going to take the camera away from the tradition. Actually, we're going to redline it, Indiana Jones style. We're going to redline these characters from where they would normally be, which is Uppsala in Sweden. And we're going to go to 1890s Isle of Man. And the reason that I thought to myself, that's where I want the base to be, is because that island, if you look at it on a map, it is kind of boss for any of your things that you would want to be doing. It's a short boat ride away to Ireland or to Wales or to England, and you're also in a relatively private area. Fun fact as well, the Isle of Man, I know this from a Top Gear episode, the Isle of Man is the only place where you can basically like rip it up in sports cars, because technically speaking, if my memory is correct, they don't have a speed limit there, or it's very loose. So basically you can just get yourself killed in a sports car if that's your jam. Because yeah, as long as you're not in the village, you can kind of just do whatever you want. So we cut to a rainy backup castle. This is not your normal castle, guys. This is kind of like an anime beach episode, if you like. If by anime and beach, I mean the beach is rocky and shelly and not fun to step on, and it's also cold and wet and raining. So
That's how I remember beaches.
Yeah, 100%. So I may have been to beaches around that area my own self. I'm just like, because I come from Australia, and I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah,
but I'm here.
We just don't do it.
It's like, you know, my Welsh girlfriend at the time going, you want to go back to the beach? I'm like, no, I don't feel like getting my feet cut. I'm good. You know. So we open. I'm actually gonna say, why don't we do some rollies? So can I get everyone to roll a d6 for me? And we will do it. Okay.
This one?
Sure.
Andy.
Just a single d6, yes.
Okay.
I have a. Do we say the numbers or? We wait.
Yeah. Tell me what you got.
5.
4.
4,
Two.
5, 2.
Two.
That's too bright.
I got a 2.
3 twos. Nice.
2.
Oh.
That's 3 twos. Okay. That is fine. We'll get the 3 twos to roll off later. So we're going to start with Father Victor. Could you describe your character, what they look like, and what part of this backup castle they might be in, and what they might be doing? If we cut through into this camera, what do you think this person would be doing? As they are now, I will give you some context. You have set up here because there has been a bit of uproar, as there always is, between the Irish and the English.
Okay.
And as such, VAESEN tend to start kind of popping up where there's a lot of heated discussions, shall we say,
Conflicts.
or heated metal, as the case may be. And technically speaking, how VAESEN work, and for context, for people who are watching for the first time, VAESEN is any folkloric creature that you can basically think of. Vampire is a VAESEN. Troll is a VAESEN. Fairy is a VAESEN. So on, so on, so on, so forth. They have their... We'll talk about the rest later, but that's a good place to start. So with that said, you're kind of... you guys are currently taking advantage of the fact that, well, you might as well move a little bit from your native Sweden and check out what's out there. The society, which you are a part of, has different places for you guys to hang out in. They're all in various states of disrepair because they don't have enough new blood coming in, which is going to be a constant issue when it comes to upkeep and money if you were to play a campaign here. But what do you think the father looks like, and what do you think they would be doing with that information?
Okay, just for simplicity's sake, Victor, like when you were mentioning about the Isle of Man and like the priest, I've already envisioned him looking like Andrew Scott from Fleabag. That's his face claim. It is the priest from that show. That and it's perfect because he's that
Could
Irish.
you describe what that looks like while I do a quick
Yeah,
Google?
he's
Sexy.
yeah, he's a smexy priest, but you know he's kind of like rough looking. He has messy hair. He doesn't seem to, yeah.
He's Moriarty.
Yes, he's Moriarty. Yep, Andrew Scott. Face claim. He has messy hair. He definitely has the smell of liquor on him. He doesn't hide that fact that he drinks. And he kind of the way he moves, it's almost like a ghost, you know, with a long cassock. Like I'm assuming they still wear cassocks, the priests there. And it would be flowing, but it's almost him wobbling, but to everyone he looks like he's moving like a ghost, but he's just wobbling. That's his...
Where in the castle do you think you would be? I'm not sure if you said that, I missed it.
I would say whichever is made to be
And
like
you want to describe what you think it sort of looks like.
Yeah, I would say where there are castles, there would be chapels. There would be a small dedicated spot for you know, the morning prayer, the evening prayers. Like he would be just hanging around there, hiding his bottle of liquor and just like taking occasional sips and occasional praying, dusting the pews.
So he's not hiding his whiskey breath, but he's making an effort to hide the bottle?
Yes.
Seems a little hat on a hat.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So you're basically getting hammered in the church, looking up at the crucifix, and maybe feeling a little weird about all the Celtic circles on the glass.
Yes.
Given that, you know, the pagan kind of undertone of that area. That's good to know. Okay. So as you do that, the next person was a 4, I believe. Who was that?
Hello. Yes, it is
Hello.
I.
Can you please describe your character, comrade?
Valentina would most likely be in a small section of the library that this castle would be having. She would have like she would always have like some sort of cloak on, just to like make sure that she's always warm, and at least like if she feels cold, it's easy to remove, right?
Sure.
She has a small satchel with her with like a few of her important things such as letters. I believe in the library she would most likely be like looking into like the books that they have, trying to learn more about like the previous owners and like what the area would be, if there's any information that I could find in it.
Sure. Okay. Why don't you give me a learning
Oh.
test, please?
Learning. Let me.
Yeah, which is a D6. Now, if you look at learning, it should have next to it the category it belongs to, which I believe is logic.
Okay, so it's a 3 on logic. So I
Okay,
will
so 3
roll
on
1,
logic, and
right?
how many do you have on learning?
S- I don't. Oh no. Oh here. 0 plus 3. It says.
0 plus 3. Let me have a look at the
Mhm.
link, because no, I'm sure you're telling me it correctly, but I do not know what 0 plus 3 means.
I think
Just a
that
moment.
means there's
3 dice, maybe?
Okay, so we've got Valentina. Uh-huh. Ah, okay. All right. So okay. So we're looking at learning. Yeah. So that means that you have nothing in the skill is what it means. So you're literally just rolling for logic,
Okay.
which is 3d6.
Okay.
And you want to get at least a 6.
A6. Okay. Let us.
A singular 6 or more.
3, 3, and a 4. So that's more than a 6.
So no. So what I mean is 6 on the face of the die.
Oh, then no,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. So not cumulative, as in yeah. So each 6 on the die face is a success. Now with that, I am going to say that as far as the history of this place goes and all of that stuff, there does seem to be a partial ownership by a man by the name of Olaus Clint, which is spelled Olaus, and I recommend, because it's an investigative game, when in doubt, guys, if I'm saying something, there's probably a reason, so write it down. So Olaus, Olaus, Clint, Klint. He doesn't live here, obviously, but you can probably do a little bit more research on him later, but with no successes, it's going to cost you some time.
Okay.
But we will come back to you. Now, we've got 3 people who rolled 2s. What is Valentina, by the way? Is she a hunter, an academic? What is she?
I believe she is an academic.
An
She
academic?
would learn,
don't-
like she was. Wait, let me.
Because
cultist.
they would probably be better
It
at
just
learning if that was the
says.
case.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
That's okay. We'll find it.
Use observation. Seance is mentioned.
Maybe an occultist then.
Yeah, it's an occultist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is occultist.
So yes, an academic and occultist are different things. They are essentially, think of them like classes, I suppose, is the best way to think of it.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah, you are an occultist. Good to know. Okay, great. So can I get the ones who got 3 2s? The 3 2 people. Can I get you to roll a d6 again, and hopefully you don't get 3 2s again. If so, then you will die.
I got a 1.
All right.
I got
Okay, so that was got a 1.
I got a 1.
One of us got
Okay,
a
so that's okay. We'll worry about it in a minute. So let's cut to Helena then. What does Helena look like, and what is Helena doing, please?
Okay, so Helena, what she looks like, she's in a full pink outfit with a
Okay.
pink blazer, pink
Yep.
pink pants, pink bow tie, and her special pink hat, which is actually her writing hat. She can't write without it. If it gets knocked out of her, she gets done. So where
She
she
becomes
is,
physically paralyzed if it comes off. Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
a superpower she needs. So in the castle, I think she'd be in a random corridor trying to look for any secret passageways or any clues, because she's a young writer. She's
okay.
like a researcher. She's like a journalist.
Uh-huh.
She's trying to
Okay.
look for
You're trying to create drama. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
Give me an investigation check, please. It's like, oh, come on,
Okay.
come on, give me a secret tunnel. Come on. Okay, so it's
swear if I get a
investigation,
2.
which has numbers next to investigation. So whatever the number plus number is, that's the amount of dice that you get. So for the
Right.
purposes of this, why don't you describe what you're seeing, so that way, if anyone's watching this to learn, they can figure it out. So what does it say on investigation? What plus what?
0 plus 4, but I
Right.
need to roll right now. Okay.
Right. So that would mean that you have nothing in the skill, but you have 4 in vigilance, I would assume, or learning, or logic.
Yeah. I got a 3 in logic.
3 in logic. Okay. Let's have a quick squiz. Sorry, guys, we're just making sure that we're doing this game correctly. Helena.
It's logic.
Cool. So we're doing an investigation, which is 0 plus 4. Yeah. So, oh, that's interesting. 0 plus 4. Well, I have no idea why it's like that, but we're going to ignore it. So that is
Okay.
fine. So we're just going to roll 4 dice, is what it means.
Roll 4 dice.
4 dice.
Okay. All right. Wait. I need to roll both of these twice then. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. First 2 numbers, 4 and 3. Second roll,
Huh?
a 2 and a 4. 4, 3,
Okay,
2, 4.
so try as you might, no matter how much you're like, oh, but it'd make this so much spicier. You're like, pushing against the wall, and it's just not doing it. You try and grab a candle, and you're like, come on, and it comes off like broken wax, and you're like, you got a broken candle now.
Yeah, she's not a successful writer.
Cool, excellent. Let's cut to the one, boys. Let's roll a d6, and let's see if you continue being soulmates.
Oh, 1.
3.
Okay, cool. So, Anders, let's see what you look like, and where are you in this castle?
Hello, I'm Anders Amklint, and I.
Just 2 seconds. Here's Tirso. Could you mute your mic, please? Continue, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, so I obviously took the old a little too far, but
No, I'm here
hi,
for it.
I'm Anders Amklint, and I look dashing. I would imagine myself to be aging beautifully.
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it, but the the exact person that I would say that I look like is Pedro Pascal.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm here
Wow.
for it.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I mean, Dan, you
I'll
just
just
said
remove
you were
these
Andrew
because
Scott, so I don't know.
I'm young.
I had mixed
He's
parents,
right.
so you know.
Are you sure? Are you sure you look like Petra? No.
So
There can be 2 hot people. It's fine.
yeah. And I would right now I am currently in the castle, just in a room, in my bed. Just, you know how when you're those people who
Old.
have gone through. No, not old. You know those people who have gone through so much, so they're just like sitting in the bed. They have like a bottle of pills on the side, and they're like,
So old.
yeah, just preparing for, like, just psyching themselves up to do whatever
So
they
where
need
are
to
you
do
as
for
you're
tonight.
doing this? In your bedroom?
Yeah, in a
Okay.
in a bedroom in the castle. So
Uh-huh.
they kind
Okay.
of found this bedroom and set up a base there, just to prepare everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what are you preparing for, if you don't mind me asking? Because nothing's here.
No, just like just
At the moment.
psyching myself up, just like, oh God,
To face the
I'm
day.
yeah, to face the day,
Oh, no
as
problem.
with everyone.
People
Yeah.
are laughing with you. People are laughing with you.
I'm not a mood.
Future, future.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. I'll tell you what.
Oh, and also I have a
Hmm.
pistol, so I'm kind of like just like,
Meaning,
you know, when they're
I'll tell you what. I feel like this might be a good place to introduce you guys to your first VAESEN. At least your a first VAESEN for you. Um, so there is, and for the record, this is not like a surprise to you at all. There is this little, it's a little girl, and by a little girl, I mean literally she's tiny. She's like 2.5 feet tall. Um, she has green skin, and she has fur that seems to be kind of covering it, kind of like a donkey's fur all over her. And she's got flappy little ears, and she's got her head stuffed inside like a human-sized like bowler hat that's like kind of up to her eyebrows. And she's like, she says, "Your pill, sir." And she gets she seems to, like her name is Cornbread, and
Cornbread.
she is working for you guys. And by that I mean they were here, and you guys basically said, "Look, technically speaking, this is our place." It's like, "Yeah, but it was abandoned." It's just like, "Yes, we understand that, but it's not abandoned anymore." "Fine." It's like, "Well, you're gonna have to earn your keep. Can we work something out here?" It's just like, "Yeah, I'll pass you stuff occasionally," and blah blah blah. And yeah, Cornbread seems to be amiable enough. I get the feeling that with their sensitive smell, they probably avoid the father the most, because they're like, he smells like 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 potatoes.
Oi!
Ah,
Because
so
my
vodka.
vodka comes from kids.
I see.
Potato man.
But she says, "Anything else you need?" Did you take your shit? You know you can
Yes.
only do one, because you're old.
You know
One
what?
per
Why
day.
don't you just like, why don't you go look for someone else? Like, just, I need peace.
Piece.
Go bother someone else.
A piece of what?
I
You need more toast?
Ooh.
I can cut it. Your toast into more pieces.
Why don't we play a game? It's called "We Don't Open Our Mouths" game.
But you breathe through your mouth.
Oh. Why don't you look for
You're
somebody
old.
else to help?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then Cornbread leaves, and so I'm just like, I did not psych myself up for this yet. I did not prepare myself yet.
Okay. Yeah. So Cornbread does their version of helping. It depends on their mood. And we finally cut to Torin. Torin, where are you? And what would you be doing? Now you're an officer, so it sort of makes sense without putting words in your mouth that if you wanted to be at a targeting range, for example, that sort of
I'm a
makes sense.
hunter instead of an officer, I think.
Oh, I understand. Sorry, who's the officer? Someone is. Oh, cool. All right.
Right, yeah, so what time of day is it?
Morning. Early morning.
Morning, right, okay. I will say Torrin is limping about outside in the grounds looking for herbs and plants that might be useful.
Okay. Sure. Easy. To what end?
Just having something that might prove to me some sort of medicinal help, maybe something that might, like, I can make a poultice
Sure.
out of, just in case, right? Because we're in a place that we know might have a lot of VAESEN in it, so it's good to
Yeah.
be prepared for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, what Cornbread is what's called a Vaetier, by the way. They are very friendly. They're probably the most like what you might imagine like from like traditional fairy kind of stuff. Like you give them milk and bread and they're pretty chill. In this case, cornbread likes her namesake. So as long as you have the larder stacked with cornbread and cornbread equivalent, they are fine. But yes, so what I will get you to do is, I'm just looking at the skills my own self. I would
I didn't
say.
describe what it looked like, did I? Sorry. Should have done that
I beg your
first.
pardon?
I didn't describe what it looked like first, right? That's what everyone
Oh
else
no,
did.
please do. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And when you're ready, make a vigilance check. I
cool.
would say.
Right, sweet. Yeah, so he is also old. He's old age, but I think he's probably not aged quite as gracefully. So he's had a broken leg in the past, so he's got a little bit of a limp. He's got scars over his face because he's been like a hunter for a while. Kind of person that wouldn't normally hang around other people if he didn't have like a family that he needed to take care of. Like necessity came in, but he would have been like a hermit otherwise probably. So scruffy, like long beard, thick eyebrows.
Oh, cool.
Unkept kind of old man. Yes.
I'm picturing
He's,
Willem
like,
Dafoe,
silver.
kind of like
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
scraggly. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I'm here for it. Okay, I love that.
Right, vigilance
Cool.
check.
Yes, please.
Yes, I've got 0 plus, so that's just 3 dice.
Yeah.
No sixes, 2 2s and a 1.
No sixes. Okay. All right. In that case, as you sort of look up, you see Cornbread making her way down the stairs and up and around. And I think they would probably go to Valentina.
Mhm.
And Valentina, you just feel this sort of tug on your dress. And you look down and see the little green, donkey-furred, bowler-hatted little Vaetier named Cornbread who says,
Hello. Do
Valley,
you...
what are you reading?
I'm just looking at the books. You've been here.
Yeah.
What's the one book that you know that's always been borrowed here?
Well, let me see.
Sorry.
They didn't quite roll a success.
Uh-huh.
So he would probably say somewhere around there. There's stuff about the Celtic knobs. There's that gods, Celtic gods.
All right.
But I saw you were reading and I forgot that this was in the letterbox and I put it in my pocket to give to you when you arrived and you've been here 3 days and I forgot.
Oh dear. Okay, thank you. I take it and I look at the letter.
Yep, absolutely.
Uh,
So the letter
Spoiler.
can be read in the message chat if you go to the spoiler chat and just write find the the one marked N of Benelli.
I can post it here.
Sure, feel free.
This chat so we could read it all.
Yes, but in the
So it
meantime,
says,
would you like to read for the class?
Yes. It says the dance of dreams.
I liked that little transition there, Dan. Good job.
A shadow play of horror, murder, and revenge. Let yourself be enraptured and terrified by shadow theaters, with clockworks as amazing as that of the master's constructions on the continent. Watch as evil smiles, good people go to their doom, and spirits come to life. Follow Oscar. I can't read the last name. Hort's encounter.
Hjort.
Hjort's
Hjort.
encounter with a black one, his struggle, and finally, the betrayal which claimed his life. Of the enchanted that still stands in hell. So will cat meet me tonight at the Witch Cat Inn. 10.
Now, one thing to note: did
Mhm.
Valentina cut out for anybody else at the end there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little
Oh,
bit.
no.
That's
Net's cutting
okay.
it.
I will
Her
read the
Discord is
last bit. That's
cursed.
okay. With the black one, his struggle, and finally the betrayal which claimed his life. Hear the tunes of the enchanted flute that sends souls dancing to hell. The show will premiere shortly at the Witch Cat Inn, not for the faint of heart. And you can see there's a little thing there that says, "Meet me tonight at the Witch Cat Inn, Olaus," which you might remember is a name
Is
that
the owner.
you discovered relatively recently.
Ooh. And this was sent. And this was supposed to be given to us 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And you just gave it to me now.
No.
I'm gonna ask you to try to call on the others to meet me, and
Yeah, okay. Guys! And she doesn't move at all, she just shouts.
okay. I'm just gonna like walk
In typical like
into
12-year-old
the
styles, like,
entrance.
"Can you get your father?" He's like, "Dad!" Yeah, I could have done that, mate. Thank you.
I'm gonna go and like try to like gather everyone, and let them know to meet at the entrance hall, so we could discuss further with regards to the other. And I show them the letter that was handed to me and let them know that apparently we were supposed to get this specific letter 3 days ago, but someone apparently forgot to hand it to us. And I look at Cornbread.
Comrade is probably just doing some like what's the word? Somersaults. Just amusing herself and rolling around the floor.
Like I'm imagining Stitch like just rolling around, but in
Yeah,
green.
very Stitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, a more inappropriate Stitch.
The devil has not left the castle. The devil's still here.
Still there, all right.
I look at it and I try to direct prayers at that general direction, like the power of Christ, the power of Christ.
By it, just clarifying, we're talking about cornbread, right?
Yeah, cornbread. I'm the delusional
Yeah.
priest. Everything's the devil spawn at this moment. So it's like power of Christ, power of Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
There goes again.
Yeah, she then goes, "I'm crucified, look at me!" No? Wrong crowd.
And I go and like I feel the need to drink again and goes, but yes, this invitation you speak of, Valentina. Is there perchance we can still make up for this visit? We can still go to this.
You can ferry over. It looks like it's a situation that it maybe things have progressed a little, so you may need to hurry. In terms of like getting that, but it's not going to be too much of a journey to get over to the Nightcat Inn, which actually, well, that depends. That would probably require some research to do, so you need to figure out where that is first. So that's probably the best place to start. But you picked this location for a reason, so it's relatively close to anywhere on the coastline, and I think it would be fair to assume that if Olaus is sending this letter, then he might not be that far. Hopefully, anyway.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So just
Can I
just
try
sorry.
to ask real quick? Can I try to ask Cornbread if Cornbread knows where this inn is?
Where the inn is? Okay.
Yeah. If like Cornbread has any inkling on where this is.
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. I mean, they are used for information for a reason, so that is entirely possible. Let's see. Magic. Let's just roll it. 2 6s. Yes.
Great. Can you tell us where it is?
We believe in the devil.
Apologize.
We believe we shall take the word of the devil. Why not we use the knowledge of the hunter or you, officer?
Yeah, do that. Do that unless you want to apologize, Anders. I gave you everything that you've asked for. I've been a perfectly amiable neighbor.
Look, Cornbread. It was just. I apologize.
Okay.
I just woke up and I needed some time to just match your energy. So now that I've
That's okay.
prepared, and I appreciate everything that you did for me this morning.
That's okay.
So I apologize.
That's okay. It happens to humans at that age. Yes, I do know because I rolled 2 6s. So I know exactly where it is. Inexplicably, I could give you the GPS coordinates because I rolled that well.
Oh my god.
So the inn itself is on. Excuse me. Is in the town, the Irish town off the coast of Donaghadee, which is spelled Donaghadw. Don't have to write that down, just for context. You can certainly do research on that and on Olaus and everything else. But yeah, it's a little coastal Irish town.
Great. So I pull out my smartphone.
You do not. It is 1892.
I would actually
And let's be
confide.
honest, you're also old, so even if you had one,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
open
turn it on.
It's like one of those
even if I had a
phones
smartphone.
that's from 2004 with the big buttons.
It's got a case that flips open like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's like a leather wallet thing that's scratched to fuck, but they're too cheap to replace it. Yeah.
I would actually ask the hunter, because I do not trust this devil. The old man might have given in to the whims of the devil. Oh, it flips the bird at me. Look at that. It's an evil fiend. It's a devil.
I will say, Father Victor, like you are more than welcome to not trust him, but I think in spite of you, this relationship has already been established.
Yes, it's okay. But I will
uh,
ask the
as-
hunter to
and
confirm.
you would also know, yeah, you would also know as a VAESEN expert that you don't have to trust this guy necessarily, like as an individual, but you would know that Vatir are the most helpful out of all the VAESEN that you're going to get. If you simply don't like him because he's a VAESEN, that's a different story, right? And you might just not trust him, but you would know objectively that they can be reasoned with because you've seen it happen. Hence the not poisoning of the obnoxious old man at this point yet.
Okay, it's
Okay, yeah.
it's a fallen angel, perhaps. It's trying to redeem itself to God. That's how I will reason it. But for now, we must check this information.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, if you're like, I don't trust this thing, then that would mean that you simply don't trust anything to do with VAESEN, and that means you probably had a really traumatic event to do with them, and that's fine with me. It's more just for the purposes in the future, you're going to meet more Vatir, and you might just, as Den, might just like you be separate from that conversation if you're making that choice. I'm just signposting that for you.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
If that makes sense.
Yes. But just for interaction, I'll confirm with the hunter to confirm the locations. They might have roamed a lot more. I may be like more versed with VAESEN, but
Okay.
location-wise, I'll ask the hunter. Like, have you been around? Have you heard of this place, this location, this Irish town? Perhaps we have passed it.
So all of you are from Sweden, as per like the names. But I will say, if you guys want to roll a d6, I'm going to say on a 4 to a 6, Torum might have been around here, and the same goes for Anders on Tua.
I got my first 6.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay, so you've definitely been around the British Isles before.
I got a 1.
Okay.
I know
Um,
this place pretty well, but the
You
creature
know the
has
general
no
area,
reason
at the
to
very
lie
least.
to us. We should probably follow his direction.
I will trust your judgment.
There is definitely more information that you could get if you would like to. Just let me know how you would like to. Actually, no, I'll tell you what. What we're going to do is let's see if you happen to remember about this inn, Torrent, because we're going down that road. Why don't you give me a just a, I suppose it would be a logic test. Give me a minute. Let's see if I can think of it. Probably a learning. Learning makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. So that's 3 dice. 1 6.
Lovely. Okay.
6, a 2,
So
and a 1.
you recall that the Witch Cat is an inn at a crossroads north of, in the area that I described. When the society was rebuilt after the Great, never mind. So this is history from Sweden. I'm reskinning stuff. That's what's happening. The inn was a gathering place probably for Catholics, we'll say. That sort of makes sense to me. And the innkeeper at the time, Pyri Hargula, was a Thursday's child. Today, the inn is run by Pyri's grandson, Sami Hargula. Okay? And with that,
So I know this. I know that Sammy runs it, and
yeah, I would say you probably logically make that leap. That's fine. With that, I think I might ask for a break, just so we can dehydrate. Is that okay for everyone?
No problem. Yep, shifting real quick.
Excellent. All right, then. We will reconvene in a couple of minutes.
Great. See you. And we're back from our short, quick break. I hope everybody got their hydrations, their stretches going. So we are gonna give the floor back to our lovely GM after his stretches as we get back into the investigations of the cat inn.
Absolutely. Okay, so for the sake of brevity here, you guys may either make a investigation or learning test, as is your prerogative, whatever you feel like using.
Investigation or learning, it's the same thing for me.
Yeah, same for
All
me
of
as
us,
well.
right?
3 dice. Okay.
I got 1-6 on
I got one
investigation.
also.
Okay.
Oh, I got 1-6 too. Nice.
Nice.
I got 3 1s and a 4, so no.
Yep.
I got 3 2s and a 4 for my investigation.
Okay, so 2 successes, so 2 more clues. Okay. The list of society members mentions a man named Oscar Hjort, who lived in the late 18th century. For context, it's 1890, so it's the 19th century that you're living in. Okay, so about 100 years ago. He, well, probably more like, anyway, late 18th century. He worked as a writer and spent some time in Paris, studying under Francois Dominique Seraphine, a famous artist who put on shadow plays for the court at Versailles and the Palais Royal. You also learn, with the other success, that shadow theatre, as is advertised in the pamphlet, originated in India and China, where it was practiced several centuries before Christ. Cut-out paper figures are held up to a source of light, which creates shadows on a cloth screen. A skilled puppeteer can manipulate the puppets and the light so that the figures appear to be alive. The art form came to Italy in the 18th century and continued to spread across Europe. Artists in England and France have experimented with clockworks to create automated shadow theatres. Now, with that said, Torin, I'm going to give you an advantage, and that advantage is that I think that you were a young man when you met Sammy's grandfather, whose name escapes me right now, but because Sammy is probably running it now, and the grandfather, diddly do, so you knew Pyrie, at least like adjacent wise, and you would be aware of Sammy, right? You wouldn't be the same age; he'd be a little older than you, but like you'd be aware. So I'm going to give you an advantage when it comes to talking to Sammy and his family, who are clearly
How do
running
you
the
spell
inn still.
the grandfather's name?
Pyrie, Pyri.
Ah, Pirate. Right, cool. Yeah, sweet. That's
Yep.
fine. Pirate. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so that would be manipulate or anything that you want to use. You get 2 extra dice when you want to use them.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
And that goes for the people who found out that information about shadow puppets and things like that. With that information, you can go to the person whoever produced this note, and probably be able to talk to her with 2 extra dice if you so her or him or them talk to them with 2 extra dice. So you have an advantage in regards to vibing with shadow puppet theater. So you have that.
GM, real question. Real quick, just you
Yep.
mentioned this was a group of Catholics. Would the priest have heard of anything involving this Catholic gathering, like what denomination they are?
Could you mute your mic, please, Mark? Just because your keyboard's a bit noisy. One more time.
Oh, you mentioned that the gathering that's happening in the Cat's Inn has like a Catholic, like kind of like undertone, and I wanted to ask.
It was at one point, yes.
Would that mean he would have some insight on some people there, or like has he heard of missionaries, particular kind of Catholics that were, because that would make him more inclined to have a
You can make a
conversation.
learning test, but either way, I think you get an advantage. That would be your advantage, certainly, like being able to talk to certain people. Yeah.
Okay. So
Anything to do
learning.
with the faith.
Ooh, okay. 1-6.
1-6. Okay. So you would know that there is a local priest, who sure, priests keep track of each other. Why not? And you would know this guy is Father Niles, Niels. You also know he'd be a little under the weather at this point. He's getting on in age, even more than Anders.
Oh, older than Anders. That's amazing. Okay. Ricky.
It is saying something. Yeah.
Great
Older
grandpappy.
than dirt. Yeah. You did this to you, Andy. Okay. So that's your advantage when it comes to interacting with the faith. Anders, I think your advantage that you get is that you are given a specific pill, which is from cornbread. If you choose to ingest it, it will give you an advantage with anything physical that you choose to do.
Old man needs his pills.
Arthritis meds.
Yeah. We're not going to go into Viagra jokes, but they're there in my head. Anything physical you want to do? We know what that means.
Cornbread, no!
Old people statistically oh good lord, statistically old people have the highest amount of STDs as a community because that's all they do.
I mean, what do you do
Especially in
if you're
nursing
old as
homes.
dirt?
I don't know
That's
if
Maybe friendly.
that's character. I should
Relevant?
incorporate that
I
in my
think it
character,
is.
or
I think
You've
it is.
got the clap, yeah. It hurts
You
when I do.
could.
Good. All right, excellent. And for Valentina, I think because you found the note from Olaus, and you seem to have done a bit of research when it comes to him. If you wanted to get specific information or understanding from him, you can get it from him with 2 extra dice if you so wish, or 2 in regards to investigating whatever it is that Olaus wants you to do, right? So 2 dice when it comes to either talking to Olaus or investigating the matter at hand. To move things along, because that's pretty much the clues that you can find in that respect, this would normally be, depending on the situation, a place where you could gather resources, but you have very little information here. So you don't really know what you're dealing with. You don't even necessarily know if it's supernatural, though you do know that Olaus is technically a member of the society. So why would he be reaching out to you if it wasn't something supernatural? So with that said, we'll probably hand wave the gearing up bit. I will assume you have sufficient silver bullets, at least 6 each, shall we say, if you've got ranged weaponry. And unless there's something specific, leave it open to you if there's something you want to say or do or be before you leave. But
Yes.
let me know if
Can
not.
the dagger
Yes.
be silver, as I do not have a gun?
That's a little bit more concentrated. So, what are your resources?
Resource
character sheet.
middle class. I own a home and a business.
Okay. So, technically speaking, how it works is you can spend resources depending on what's going on. So, if you have 5 resources, so I'm going to say that costs you 2, because it's concentrated silver that you're making into a sharp end, right? So that would require sending it away, getting it to a blacksmith, etc., etc. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Neen.
Hello. So
Hello.
apparently the weapons I have, it says here slash punch and a whip. So what would like ends of my whip have like some silver on them? Or
I don't really
Uh,
see
I
that.
don't think so, right? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah. I thought so
You said
too.
a whip and
Kick slash punch. That
Kick
is the
slash
thing I can
punch.
do.
Steel-toed
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
boots. I mean, silver-toed
Um,
boots do it.
I'm happy to say that you can get yourself a 6-shooter pistol.
Okay.
And 6 bullets. That's fine with me. That would be a specific role, which is ranged combat. Okay.
Yo.
So yeah, we can hand wave that part. For context, for people who are watching for the first time, this might be more elaborate depending on your GM. I am not a resource management kind of person. I tend to just trust the players that they won't abuse it and say, "I want a flamethrower." No. So, but generally speaking, I'll just let you guys have stuff. So yeah, in that case, we will cut to the journey unless there's anything else.
Did I find anything in the garden? Sorry for like a poultice or.
Oh, yes, good point. Because Helena had their hand up, I'll go Helena first, if that's okay. Then Torin after that. Yes, please.
Okay, I kind of have like the similar thing with Nins, where my weapons are just kick and punch. Although I did forget to mention this earlier, it's listed. I have a pet dog, a Swedish Valiant, which is also my weapon. Would
Well, then that's
Choco
perfectly
go.
acceptable. Do you have
Okay.
anything in ranged combat? Do you think it would make sense for you to have a gun? Because that seems to be the most likely thing for me.
My equipment is listed: writing utensils, paper, and camera, and a pet dog.
Right. And
Uh, my
what is your archetype? You're a writer? I'm not
Yeah.
sure ranged combat is exactly your thing. So
Close
They have
combat is
4.
2+3 for me.
oh yeah, close combat is fine. You can kick the shit out of
Yeah.
someone, I don't mind.
Range combat,
Look,
0+4.
I'm happy for you to have all of you to. If you don't have a 6-shooter, we can just say you have those. Like everyone should
Okay.
have a gun. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
I
Oh,
have no
cool.
problem with that.
Yo.
I
But
could still use
but
my pet dog, right?
I will happily say that Cornbread is riding your dog like a horse. Just as a, woo, just up and around the grounds.
I was gonna ask, is my dog kind of like a Shaggy and Scooby kind of situation?
If you like, yeah, I've no
Can-
issue with that.
Okay,
Oh,
I have
geez,
no issue
Scoob, I
with that.
can't write an ending for shit.
Helena. Wait, I can't do that.
Not tell him to it, Mickey.
Oh, holy shit. Oh no. Okay. Okay, no
Okay,
more
good.
questions from me. Thank you.
All right, cool, excellent. Did you find stuff? I think you might have. Let me think. I don't really want to stack here, so I will simply say. Well, actually, maybe let's do a race. People who have the core book. Let's see if we can look at resources and see if we can see what we might find.
Okay. Race.
Because all my players have the core book. Resources is its own tab. So let me know if you find it before I do. Ah, it has its own little bibliography. That's nice. Equipment, mementos, conditions. Oh. Equipment might be the
The
better word here.
equipment 73.
73. Legend, thank you. Okay, 73. So GMs, I highly recommend this trick. If you give everyone access to the book, then everyone looks together and there's a lot less waiting. I have no issue with pride when it comes to that. I'm just like, yep, help me. I'm useless. Help me. Help me. Let's see here.
Physical injuries. Critical
Injuries, you say?
Injuries, there's a list of injuries in 63, 63, 65.
Right, doesn't really help with equipment though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Uh,
Hills,
fire, poison.
personal doctor or surgeon, bathing facility, no.
Fire.
Rope, ladder, map work,
Armor.
nope. Simple
Um,
simple bandages. There, okay. So, I'm gonna say you found the medical equivalent of simple bandages, which gives you a +1 for one roll of medicine. Cool.
Cool.
So an extra die. Okay. Easy.
Nice.
Okay. So, with that said,
Just a clarification. I have
Mhm.
1 pill.
yes, that is your advantage.
The one pill.
Damn you, cornbread, only giving me 1 pill.
The one Viagra pill. It's
Yeah,
enough
it's
for
just
me.
one. Why do I only get 1 Viagra?
She's a bit of a vengeful one. I might be careful what you say. It's like, no, I have none. All right. She won't. She is. She won't take no shit. Cornbread will not. It is full when you leave the castle in a ferry and then a coach heading north, and there is a terrible storm raging. Black clouds blanket the sky with the wind howling and hail and rain pouring down. It leaves you soaked to the skin. Lightning cracks across the sky, and thunder makes the horses rear and whinny. But the coachman says, "Go on, go everywhere!" and cracks his whip and keeps them moving. The journey, once you arrive on land, takes 3.5 hours, and the storm grows increasingly violent as you progress. Through the coach window, you see a lake in the west, its foaming waves splashing against the shoreline. Traveling through, you see tall trees being knocked into the ground by tempestuous winds or split by lightning strikes. In the flashes of lightning, you see large rocks among the trees, moss covered lumps staring back at you. Suddenly, the witch cat inn appears at a T junction, surrounded by woods, with the lake to the north and the west. It seems to be the only building around. The coachman is very eager to drop you off and continue on his route. Halfway between the inn and the small community in the distance, you see a lonely church tower protruding from the trees. As you get dropped off, I will get I think it's a vigilance test. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll get vigilance checks from everyone, please.
2 plus 3. So, I roll 2 extra, is that right? Or am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, I think 2 plus 3 is 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
just add them together. I don't know why they did it like that, but I'm assuming there's a reason.
1-6.
1-6.
2, 6.
Nothing.
Okay.
1-4-1-5.
You see a man in a hood approaching you. He draws it back, and I would say, given that Torrin seems to be the most well-traveled out of all of them, you've probably seen this guy's face at similar investigations and dealings with VAESEN in the past. As you see Olaus, who says, over the rain, "Where the hell have you been? Come on, get inside!" And he leads you over to the porch. And as this occurs, he says, "Things are getting super weird in there," and he would probably be primarily talking to well, Yeah, I don't think he's met any of you. He just sort of knows you by reputation. But like once like the rain is sort of coming down at this point, he says, "So, here's the situation. Um, I have been hearing about certain things, certain nightmares that people are having around this area. They are very graphic and they are very uniform. I am not going to tell you what they are. I would rather not pepper your opinions. I am almost certain that something is here and is affecting this inn. As some of you may know, this place has a history. Be careful around the inn owner. He's a grumpy one.
Oh,
As far as the notice goes, that is still ongoing. The playwright is a girl by the name of Sophia. She's in an interesting spot her own self. The owner knows who I am and doesn't trust me. Something about me seeing specters where there are none. But, as you know, it's our responsibility to make sure that things are safe. So maybe I'm wrong. I will happily take it as such. I'm not going to be hanging around. I'm going to make sure that I don't make things more complicated for you. That said, if you have questions, ask them.
Does Sammy still run this inn?
Yes, it's still a family affair, and he's a grumpy sod.
Yes, I can relate at least.
Not as grumpy as me, I hope.
can I ask about? You've mentioned Sophia. Can you tell us more about her?
A lot like her mother. That's a whole other conversation. I heard she ran off. The locals might know more about that than I do. Your job, as always, is to figure out what's going on, see if there's anything uniform in what they've been experiencing. If anything reveals itself, do what you have to do to figure out how with the VAESEN. Chances are, smacking it in the face with your fists are probably not going to work. So be ready to research and to back out if you need to, so that you can attack it properly.
A question for you. You mentioned he does not trust you. In what way? Is he not superstitious? Is he a man of faith, or it does not believe in such things?
I mean, they're all people of faith around here. This area's where the Catholics hid, so I think you'll be fine as far as that goes. Unless you're Protestant, I honestly can't tell the difference.
Like, I show my rosary. Like, nah. We're good. But it's just me
I mean,
it's me
But they both have a cross thing. But anyway,
it's more prominent on Catholics than Protestants. They don't have to wear
oh
it.
no, he doesn't. Jack does. He doesn't know or care.
Oh, okay. But I guess the question is like more
Yeah.
establishing the owner's sentiments on like how to approach it, because he says, so has it been of note that the owner has not experienced the nightmares that is reported around here?
He may well. Good luck talking to him about it. There's a reason I'm not going to cock it up for you by going in. He doesn't trust any of those experiences. He doesn't like the occult. He doesn't like much of anything besides running his inn. So good luck.
Okay. All right.
Your letter mentioned the show. How did the show go?
The quote from Sophia was, she wanted a bigger audience. My understanding of that situation is that she's trying to live up to her mother. Whole other thing. Again, I think the only one that doesn't like art is the father.
Okay.
So go in, ask questions, see what the commonality is, keep an eye out for spooky stuff. If spooky stuff happens, be careful and try and get the people out of that situation as best and as fast as you can, and you know how. I assume you aren't completely incompetent.
There's a no.
No, I do not believe so.
Fine.
Though I can only
Um,
speak for myself.
Well, you're from Sweden, so he'll probably be caught off guard by the accents anyway. Well then, and he nods at all of you, and he reiterates that if anything is noticed, that better to know your enemy before you do stuff, but be prepared to defend yourselves in whatever way you think is best. If there are no further questions, then he will tell you where he lives. It's not too far away from here in a pinch, but it is, like half an hour's ride, give or take, something like that, and so on.
Wait, does he not live in his own castle?
Technically, Valentina would know this. That I like the idea of like you asking that question, and he gets a little harumphy, and Valentina would as a reminder, Valentina, yeah, you know that he technically owns at least a
He
partial
owns the-
deed of the castle.
Yeah.
So there's no love lost there. Something happened in this particular part of the world that you're not privy to. Proper British business, yes. So
Sounds like a land issue, so she doesn't bother asking that. Just looks at and I was like, looks away. I was like, he asked that.
Yeah, go on then. I'll ask that in
Um,
character. Like, you do not live in your own castle.
no.
It is a shame. It is quite nice.
I know. And he leaves it at that.
God, T.
Does not want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so he leaves it at that, and you guys are left on the porch. What do you want to do?
Quick question: the carriage that brought us here, is it there on waiting, like basically our getaway driver? If we,
No, they fucked off.
oh no, do we have a ride?
And are we still like super wet?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no.
Quick question. You mentioned earlier that Cornbread was riding the dog. Is Cornbread and the dog with us? Important question.
I think the dog is with us. I'm not sure about cornbread.
Alright.
And the dog brought cornbread unwittingly.
Technically speaking, cornbread is can only be seen by people who have the sight, right?
Okay.
Which is what you guys have. So technically speaking, if we want to go back in time, Valentina, and you want to say, do you want to come with us? I'll let you make a manipulate test. I don't mind.
Ooh. I mean,
Well,
people won't see Cornbread.
As long as they don't have the sight, which you don't know.
That's true, but it's also good to know if who else has the sight. They would react
Like
to
a litmus
Cornbread.
test.
Yeah.
See
I was
this?
like,
You see this?
It's like, do you
Does the
see
dog have
anything
a-
green and walking?
Right. A bowler hat gremlin thing.
Yeah, I would do it. I'm gonna go ask
Okay.
Cornbread. Be like, do you want to go
Give
with
me a
us?
manipulate test. Go ahead.
What is my
I
manipulate?
believe in you.
That's just a 3.
Only a 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a flat 3.
Oh. Right, 3
I-
dice. Okay.
Yeah, 3 dices, and I got 4, 4, and a 1. So no.
Yeah. Okay. So
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna let you decide. If you want Cornbread to be here, you can. However, because you didn't get a 6, then you would get what's called a condition. In this case, probably I think what makes the most sense is, let me just see if I can find some examples here. Beep beep pop. Condition. Probably a mental one. Logic and empathy. I'm going to read this out verbatim. It's page 40 if people want to roll along. 2 ways to acquire conditions. You may have to choose one when pushing a roll. Oh, we could push it. And can also get them as a consequence of failing a test. Acquiring conditions means that your player character has been negatively affected. Conditions are divided into 2 types, physical and mental. Exhausted, battered and wounded. Angry, frightened and hopeless. I'm going to say, why don't you just try and push it? Because it's fun. And then maybe it doesn't matter. You might get a success after all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Either
So
way,
what do I do again?
You just roll those dice again.
Oh, the 3 ones. Okay. 5, 5, and a 3.
Cool. So this is not to do with Cornbread. Cornbread is there. But you would be exhausted from all the research that you had to do, which means that let's have a look here. Okay, so beep beep boop. Okay, so if we look up exhausted, which is page 40 by the way, let's see if we can figure out how this works. Become exhausted in the progress. Okay, so it's a physical condition of exhausted. You get 1 fewer dice for all rolls that are linked to either physical or mental. Okay, so until further notice, you have 1 less dice for physical stuff.
1 less dice.
Okay, so you're basically like every second you're just catching your yawns. You just as you're like, it's been a long day.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mark.
Does the dog have the sight?
I don't think. Well, I'm gonna say sure. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess in like horror
Cats and
movies, they're
dogs.
like always barking.
know.
They're always
Yeah,
barking
yeah.
at like.
Yep.
Sweet.
Why not? Also, technically, Helena wants to use the dog as a weapon, right? So that'd be awkward. It's like, don't see it. So, yeah. Okay, so you're on the porch. What do you want to do? Cornbread is there, saddled up on the dog, going.
I would like as a roleplay thing, given that there are, I'm gonna do the let's split up gang, but in a roleplay sense of like tackling who we want to talk to. I feel like the writers and the artists, and knowing that the owner is not too keen on the occult, he would redirect Helena. Like he would advise, like, would it be wise, perhaps, that Helena and Valentina would speak to Sophia, get some information on her, while the rest of us speak with the owner, just so that we can divide and conquer and get to the information as soon as we can and avoid as much friction. I heard that the owner is not keen to the occult, and perhaps Sophia might be more keen to share to those who might be interested in the arts, the writer, and I guess I could also redirect Torren, since Torren did mention about the shadow plays and whatnot. So just like, perhaps we should split up, gang, in this time. just we should.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's a smart play. Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
All right,
I can
so
do
you
that. Yeah, no, I
can
know it's
begin
generally-
doing that, but obviously that requires you to know where things are and see what you see. So we'll see what happens when you get there. So who is knocking on the door?
Oh, Helena
Okay.
does have a question.
Yeah.
You said the splitting up will be later. I was gonna ask like if cornbread is gonna come with us since she's on my dog.
Yes. Why do you think I'm
Okay.
here? I'm not just hanging
Okay.
out in the rain.
Just wondering if she's gonna go with the other group or not.
There's no splitting up. There's no splitting up yet because there is
Yeah.
nowhere to go. It's one door.
Oh, right. Oh, it's
That's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
you know,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
role play thing. It's just more of like me. Hey,
No, I
meet up
understand.
soon.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, go on.
Okay,
knock.
Or maybe we
Okay,
can
you
split the
go out
door.
there in the
I
rain.
can definitely split it with my gun.
No.
Right. Okay, so Torin knocks on the door. Opening it, you see a big, bald, bearded, older version of the young man that you remember, Samuel Sammy Hayula. And he says, "Yes."
Hello.
Oh, hello. Give me a second and see if he recognizes you.
Hello.
Vigilance? Yeah. Sure. Oh. And he says, Do I know your face?
Torun Lindberg. We have met before, although you were very young. I know
Yeah,
your
all right.
grandfather.
Well then. Come on in then. Get out of the rain.
Do
What
you
are you
have
folks doing
room
so?
for weary travelers?
Well, gee. Let me check my schedule. Yes, I think so. Come on in, for God's sake. Get out of the rain.
Yeah.
He lets you in. There's a couple of people that seem to be sheltering from the storm in here. You see huddled around a fire in relatively cushy looking chairs. You see a priest as well, Den Mother, Victor, and you also see a man who seems to enjoy wearing hats indoors, very bad manners, and a woman who looks a little pasty, like very, very pale, almost sickly. And they're all kind of around, sort of minding their own business. The long and the short of it is that Sammy will take you over to like the little standing desk, the podium, exchange, basically just kind of go like, how long are you staying for? What's going on? And we can role play. Well, actually, no, let's probably role play this out. And he says, right, how long for?
Sorry, I think Nin has a
2.
question. There was like a hand up.
Yeah, I will get to it.
Oh,
I
sweet,
can see
right,
it.
cool. Yeah.
I look
Well,
at everyone and say 2 nights. Would that be roughly correct?
this works for me.
2 nights will do.
Maybe 3 at most.
2.
3 at most, yeah. We confirm.
Fine. Okay. So breakfast will be served in the morning. It's you know, not the greatest right now. We've got a new cook, but it's included in the price. Feel free to get yourself at home. We've technically got the kitchen open for a little while longer if you need anything. It's pot stew, if you're interested in that. Father Niles is a good person to chat to if you need to. He's clearly not the person that normally does the greeting thing. If not, like he's shitting on his own business. Like he can't seem to help it. Like he's just this gruff person that's probably before the wife did whatever the wife did. He was probably back of house and probably with good reason. Anyway, he takes your coin, and then there's this kind of awkward silence as he just kind of sniffs and goes back to probably just reading his newspaper. Valentina, what was your question?
Yes. When we entered, did any of the other guests notice our
yeah.
little green friend?
No, not the ones I
Okay.
mentioned. No.
Okay.
Little green friend just makes me think Yoda, but
Yes, we have a Yoda. Um, I suppose I would be like, I would be glancing over at the priest that you mentioned. Are they looking anywhere in particular? Are they by their lonesome?
They're looking at you. You've just arrived. This guy's pretty ruddy looking. Like, by that I mean he looks unwell, quite pale and very red cheeks. Um, underneath reddish hair that's turning grey.
I wave to the others for a bit to like gesture that I'll be heading over to the priest, like to leave them be for a bit to have a conversation with the priest. But I'll let um I thank the owner in case there are any payments. I just absently pay what's due for the 3 nights, and then like definitely my distractions towards the priest that is eyeing me right now.
Sure,
Do
absolutely.
you need me to come with you?
The old man's fine. Perhaps I kind of
I mean, we are two old men, so
I guess it depends on what your goal is. Like, if you want to speak to all the NPCs, you can. Does anyone remember why you came here? Apart from Olaus's note, what was it on?
Check out the place. Everyone seems to have a common, um,
weird
not
dream.
vision, dream.
Weird
Nightmare.
Yeah.
dreams, and
Yes.
what is the note written on?
Back.
The play.
What?
The
Oh, the
invitation.
show.
Yeah.
The play.
hmm
The play.
You have to check the play.
So you can bring that up however you wish.
I I
The
can
play.
I can have Anders join me, perhaps have a little bit of banter with and I'll leave Torn to speak with the owner. Like, giving that look of we'll try to talk as much of the NPCs and gather information, and then giving that look. This is the most sober the priest is gonna be.
So you're talking to a priest. There's more NPCs. So if you guys want to talk to the priest, Torin can speak to someone else. Helena can speak to someone else. Just tell me what you're doing. So Father Victor and Anders are going to go speak to the priest. That's fine. What is? Let's go with Helena actually, because Helena's been quiet. What does Helena want to do, if anything? You could talk to a priest. You could look around. You could see if you could try and see Sophia, because obviously she's not here at the moment. You could order food, whatever you want.
I would like to look around, just to investigate the area.
Okay. So you're just kind of doing a squiz of the premises.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just to see if there's
Give
anything
an
suspicious.
investigation check.
Okay. So that's. Oh wait. Okay, 3 threes and a 5.
Hmm. Okay. So in that case, you get the basic layout, and unless you want to push, there is nothing that really sort of jumps out at you as particularly significant. As far as the layout itself, let me just find the thing in question. Actually, before I do that, are you sticking with the failure, or do you want to push?
I'll stick with the failure. I'll push.
Okay. So you're staring out at the dining room. The first floor seems to have the kitchen, obviously, another door which you don't know where it leads to. Up the stairs, there seems to be a couple of other doors, and you would see that the standard rooms. There seems to be one door in particular that has like childlike sort of painting of them, of like flowers and things like that. And there's another door that has been freshly painted over. That is closest to the stairs. Yeah, that's what you notice. Oh, that you also notice there is a little ball from a string hanging from the ceiling that indicates a trapdoor situation.
That intrigues me. Wait, how low is a ball on the string? Like to me, how close it is? Is it to me?
It's within reach, but you're definitely not supposed to go there. So you would need to make a stealth test, and because you failed before, I think it's one less die.
Oh.
How stupid would it for me to just pull it?
Pull it, pull it.
YOLO.
What was it? Stealth?
Stealth,
Yeah.
stealth.
Okay. Stealth -1, so that's 3 dice. Okay, I'll just roll. What the hell? 3, 4, come on, give me a 6, please.
I believe.
2 3s and a 4, okay. Oh god.
Oh.
So yeah.
So you can accept that failure, or you can push, which means things get even worse for you.
Push.
Push.
You're
If you
already
fail
there.
again.
Gamba. Gamba.
Push.
Push, push,
I'm
push,
already
push,
failed. I'll
push,
just
push.
push.
This will be a worse failure, to be clear.
I've dealt with worse failures in life. I'm a rejected artist. I'm good. How many? Do I
Too real,
still
too
roll
real.
3 dice or just 1?
3 dice.
Okay.
Well, it's whatever your stealth is minus 1 die.
All right. Oh fuck. Yep. Okay. Wait. Hang on. That rolled to the kitchen. Holy shit.
We don't
Okay,
do
wait,
floor rolls.
Wait,
Nope.
Hang on. Wait. Okay.
Nope, we don't do floor rolls.
Okay. Damn it. That was a 6. Come on. 1, 4, and 5.
Cool. We will cut back to you later.
Oh, fun.
As you grab
So
it,
fun.
jump and we will cut back to you in a minute.
Am I just hanging there?
As far
Frozen
as
in
you're concerned.
midair.
Okay, so Valentina,
Yes.
what are you doing while this is happening?
So, while this is all going on, I'm gonna pick a table that's fairly close to like the staircase, and I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna order food for everyone, including cornbread. So I'm gonna order like a special like cornbread soup or whatever for cornbread. And I before I okay, sorry, soup, cornbread soup. So well, as they give out the cornbread soup, I take it away from cornbread and I put it on my side. I don't look at cornbread, but I look at the soup and says, "This is a really nice soup. I would give you the soup after I ask for a little favor. So I'm gonna set it aside, making sure it's hot, that no bugs will fly in it."
It's
I don't look
important
at-
to note
Yeah.
that what you are doing is not very friendly. You are
Fair.
now. I'm not saying don't do it because we've already committed and this is what you're doing. But I want to be clear. This is a person that likes you guys fine enough that you convinced her to come.
Okay,
right?
fair.
So you guys have a working
Yeah.
relationship with her. You don't have to be friends if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as it goes, she isn't a familiar in D&D.
Yeah.
If you piss her off,
She
she
will.
will leave.
Yeah, that's understandable. I was like, I'm just gonna make
Yeah.
sure the soup doesn't get bugs on it. Can I ask while I do that if you could take a look if the people around us have a similar invitation? And then like if you're done, like come sit beside me and we could all eat and wait for others.
Why don't you just ask them?
I'm pretty shy. I don't know them. You seem friendly. I'm pretty sure you
Aren't
are.
you supposed to find out about their stupid dreams
I
and
was.
stuff?
But it's fine. I'm pretty
So
sure
do that.
other people are gonna do that for
I'm
us.
not gonna do your job for
Alright.
you.
Do you wanna come sit and eat with me then?
Yeah.
Alright, come sit and eat. So we just go sit and eat. Sorry, alright, I can't convince you. Just gonna go eat. We eat while other people are going on.
Yeah, you see the cook from the sun. She goes, "Hey, we got a whole bunch of soups coming our way." And you see a girl, maybe 17, in a flowery apron coming out. She's got a head wrap on, and she's walking with an interesting combination of her head lowered and a spring in her step. And she seems to be, as she's making her way towards you, she's got one hand with trays and her other hand is doing this weird thing, and she's going, "Sorry, yes, here you are." And she's handing out these bowls of soup, and she seems to be, yeah. Do you want to make a vigilance test for me, Valentina,
Yes,
please?
please. Vigilance.
Or an
is
empathy test, if that's better. Observation, empathy.
Observation. Vigilance would be better for me
Go
because
for
I
it.
got 2
Either's
plus
fine.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I got 2 6s.
Okay. She is underneath certain bits of light. I'll literally demonstrate it to you. So she's basically doing this. She's going.
Oh.
She seems to
Okay.
be mucking around with her shadow of her hand and practicing this hand exercise that I think you might have read about. This is something Jack knows because puppetry. This is actually something you can do if you want to learn how to do puppetry. It's very hard to do. So you guys can all do it with me if you like. If you put your hand out like this, right? And you can balance it on here, right? Try and lift your middle finger and your thumb at the same time. Right?
God, that's hard.
Then stop and then go like this with your index and your ring finger. And then middle and pinky. And then
Middle
you just
and
keep
pinky.
going. Bob, see, it's hard because your fingers, notice how your fingers are moving
Hands.
with it.
Yeah.
That's how much control the professionals have over their fingers, over their hand muscles.
So much finger jokes, but okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so that is what she is doing. She's doing hand exercises and practicing in the shadow. This girl.
Can I ask if I heard the cook call out this girl's name?
You did not.
Okay. Alright.
Do you want to ask her name?
Oh, then yeah, apparently, yeah, I thought that she would put the food down and just leave. But yeah, if she's gonna like,
you can stop her and ask her her name if you want
I
before
got-
she goes.
I'm gonna go do that then. I'm gonna like, hi, excuse me,
Hello.
can
sorry,
I
is
ask
this
for
not
your
hot
name?
enough?
Oh no, this is perfect. I just want about you.
Sorry, I didn't actually catch what you said. Sorry, Nin, could you repeat it?
Am I cutting out?
Yeah.
No, I think I just was talking over you and you were cutting out slightly, but continue.
I was asking about you. Can I ask for your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm Sophia. I'm the owner's daughter.
Oh, I didn't know the owner had a daughter. It's lovely to meet you.
He needs some form of labor, so.
Oh no, I was just asking about you. I've heard about a invitation going on. I believe it's under probably your name. Can I? I'm gonna go show her. Does this look familiar?
Yes.
Do you wanna come sit with me and we could talk about it? I would love to hear more.
Okay. So she'll begin that process, and we will cut to Father Victor and Anders, I think, talking to the priest, and I think we'll cut to sort of like mid conversation as we sort of like, you know, who are you? I am blah blah blah, and I'm this and I'm that. So he says, yes, I'm. Father. Father Niles. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, for like whatever liquid is on
Finally,
the table.
someone older than me.
He's actually not. He's just dying. But
I
he's
immediately
just very
like
sick.
I grab for whatever liquid is on the table, pour a cup, and offer it to him. Like whatever. He probably has a pitcher of water.
Thank you very much.
It's all right, Father. My brother in Christ. How have you been? What ails you?
Oh, nothing good, I'm afraid. The doctors say it's consumption. Which, yes.
Are they making it peaceful
But
at least?
I do what I can in service of the Lord and hope that I might get a couple more days of sun before the end.
Or would they not give you anything for the
Consumption
pain?
is another word for tuberculosis, for the record, guys. So it's a lung thing.
Oh, I guess he just asking if the doctors would give anything for the pain on the last days, like.
Given that he's Catholic, he'd probably refuse.
Oh,
That doesn't sound very Catholic.
suffering. Okay.
All
Mad
about
respect.
the suffering, baby.
Because
Yep.
I'm sure Saint Peter would be eagerly waiting for you at the gates. But I suppose how
May the Lord give you comfort and peace in your last days.
He is. I feel it is an interesting thing. I have said the last rites over many people, and I always thought it was interesting the looks that they had. Now, in my final, however long I have, it feels as if I am midair, in the in-between. And that is a blessing in its own right. Or who is closer to God than people like me?
Indeed. Pray tell, have you heard of any troubles with our flock here? Have they spoken to you of anything of sorts? I heard that they're in need for more prayers.
You may make a manipulate or a test of your choice. I think manipulate makes the most sense. Yeah, I would say it's a manipulate test, but you can add 2 more die if you would like to now.
Manipulation, empathy is 8.
Allowed to assist?
Sure. You can give. You can roll your own test. Anders, that makes sense.
Yes.
Just it's manipulation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I push this? Because I got nothing from my 8 plus 2 rolls.
3 6s.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you need to, because we got 3 sixes.
Hey.
So he says, well, are you in your priestly vestments as he's having this comment?
I never removed my
Father
cassock.
Victor, does he know you're a priest?
Yeah, I
Right.
never removed my
Okay, then.
cassock at all.
In that case, he would probably say, well, As far as the local area, Sammy could probably use guidance. If you have come this far, the position is vacant, he could probably use some more. Since Nora left. It's a shame. She was very talented.
She left in death, or
Eventually. He lowers his voice a little and he says, I'm not particularly fond of these newfangled ways of expressing oneself. Art seems to lead more than often to finagling each other. But Nora was a wonderful painter and a bright spirit. And I believe in spite of that, she used her talents to become closer to God. He did not see it that way. At the start of the year, she did come to me and said she saw a strange figure in the night and claimed to hear footsteps. She did this while under the excuse of repainting the church. At the same time, she was having a fight with Sammy about inviting actors and singers to the inn. He said no. Something happened that escalated that conflict, and she limped after that conversation. I do know that she left and joined a theatre troupe, but she died of cholera last summer. And Sophia, with her little pamphlets and posters, at that point, I feel like he's said too much.
yeah.
But as a priest, I think you pick up what he's putting down, which is that he wishes that he had the strength or the force of will or the fact that there wouldn't be consequences in whatever way to stand up to this very big, imposing man for what he is doing to his family. He's clearly not comfortable with it, and he clearly feels complicit in it by not standing up to him.
Is there a way for me to comfort the old man? Like, I understand now what ails this particular area. It is more matters of the heart than anything, and I wish to comfort him that he did what he could. He, like, only God can move in places that he is allowed to move in if he's those kinds of
But
things.
my friend, God sent the boat. Remember?
That's true.
The
But
old parable. Why didn't you save me, God? I prayed and prayed. And God replied, I sent you 3 fishing boats to jump on, friend.
I'm sure you were one of the many boats that the
I
Lord
could have
sent.
been that fishing boat, and I was not.
Pets, it's okay. Water, more water. I'm like, oh god.
You continue, and we're gonna cut to Torin. What does Torin want to do?
I think Torrin's a slow investigator, right? Which maybe it isn't going to be as up to speed as what everyone else is doing. Everyone else seems pretty involved. But I think Torrin is going to be like, I'll talk to Sammy, but I'm going to settle myself in first. I don't want to seem suspicious. right? If he's already said he's untrusting, so I'm going to take my coat off, like hang it up, and sit next to the fire and get dry myself off a bit. But as I walk away, I'll say to Sammy just like, we can catch up later. Yes, I'm interested to hear about what happened to your grandfather and how he got on after we met.
He's passed away a bit ago. We can speak now if you want.
You're okay. You're free. You're not too busy running this grand inn
What
yourself.
questions do you have? He seems like he's definitely gotten more impatient and a little colder since you knew him last.
Well, I see some of his physical features in your face. So it brings me comfort to see, at least a hint of what was my friend before. How did he die? Was it peaceful?
He give me a manipulate,
Okay.
which
And I have
I
an
believe
extra,
you have
right?
an advantage for. Yeah, if you
Which
choose to
is-
use it.
What was the extra? Was it an extra 1 dice?
Yeah. 2.
2. Sweet. Okay. That's 2 sixes.
Nice. Okay, so you can bank 1 success then, Torin, because you
nice.
only needed 1. So you can use that in a roll of your choice later.
Sweet.
So he says, with a manipulate, he would say, not as such. I wish it were.
I'm sorry to hear this. He was a good man.
He would nod, but it's a little stiff. And he says, have you come here to just reminisce on old times? Why are you here?
Well, I have traveled across many places, and I like this area. I'm getting a bit old and a bit stiff. I thought maybe I can have one more shot roaming around, and I have fond memories of this inn. And it looks like it is not too dissimilar as it was. How are things running?
Shit.
Shit is not good.
Not generally.
You have patrons at least. That is something.
Give me a moment here. I would also say that you notice that he has a key on a string on his neck. That's what you would also notice. Let me see if there's anything else. I think what I will do at this point is, at that point, there is a very decided thud, and immediately Torin gets up and goes, and he seemingly just out of instinct grabs his rifle.
Yeah, it's on my back, so.
Yeah, and he says, "Who's up there?" And as you, as he begins to climb up the stairs, Sophia hears the thud as well, and she looks panicked, like a deer in headlights. And she begins to, Papa, and
Oh, Sammy's the one that's reaching for his rifle.
Sammy's grabbing his rifle from behind.
Alright, sorry, I thought you said Torin. Right, cool, sweet.
No, I wouldn't speak for you. No.
Cool.
I do want to know what you are doing though, because this has clearly jumped the shark at this point. This is no longer, hey customers. This is a who the fuck is in my in the second floor, snooping around, grabbing a rifle. Sophia seems to be panicking for a whole different reason. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna grab my rifle as well, and I'll go. I'm with you.
Okay.
Like if he's about to
That
go
makes
check it out,
sense.
I'm like, right, okay,
It's not
cool.
like you knew what Helena was going to do, so that's fair. Could actually be
Yeah.
an intruder. Father Victor and Anders, you are following as well?
Yeah, I would. I mean, hearing the start, like,
Sure.
yeah, we would follow.
Cool. You guys follow up the stairs. And you see Helena covered in bits of black paper that seems to be cut in various shapes and a smashed lantern that you see Helena is desperately trying to put the fire out of. And as you do, there's this awkward silence as you stare over this black singed carpet
Jesus.
over the remnants of what is clearly shadow puppet theater. And you stare Helena into the eyes of Sammy, whose eyes have become pinpricks of rage.
Can I just
And
say,
he
outside,
breathes through his nose, just this.
can I just say, outside of this game, that is exactly what would happen to Tirso if he did something similar. Like,
Accurate.
this is something that is Tirso accurate. So that's
Like the getting angry part, or the
no, like the chaos
the
that
clumsy
happened.
bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Sophia says, "Papa, I can." And as she begins the word "explain," you hear a decided, very loud, meaty thunk as he backhands her.
No. No.
And he grabs her by the hair
No.
and begins to take her down the stairs.
Can I try and restrain him?
Yeah,
Yeah, can we do
You
something?
may.
Can I also assist?
yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't because I'm in the
back.
trap.
Okay. Yes, you can do whatever you like with the understanding that once you do that, you are probably not welcome back here if you try to physically keep this man from doing his family business.
Yep.
Oh, I suppose it's
Now,
older, right?
let
Yeah.
me be clear about this. Jack is not saying that this is okay or right at all. What I am
Yeah.
saying is that is what Sammy thinks. She has clearly disobeyed him in some way. Again, he is going to discipline his child. Now, if you want to intervene, I have no problem with that. But you need to understand, and you would know this, the consequences are, worst case scenario, he's pointing that rifle at you.
Yeah, it's also really like the olden days as well. So it's probably less
Yeah.
like
Now,
realized
to be
that it's
clear,
fucked as
you could
well,
be the
right?
olden days and you still think that's a shitty thing to
yeah,
do. So I'm
yeah,
not saying,
yeah.
like, he's clearly an extreme motherfucker. So I have no issue with you intervening. But does that information that I've just said change the approach for Torrent?
Probably.
How so?
Because I mean, he's old school and an old time thing. So I mean, he's probably thinking that's too much, but he's also probably is of the
So
traditional.
if you don't want to intervene physically, you can intervene with words.
Okay,
is the
we'll
thing
do
you
that. Yeah, we'll do
Okay,
that.
so
Right.
what would
Yeah,
you
he's
say?
probably going to be. It's like maybe if everyone can calm down. Let's not scare the guests. Okay. It is okay. It is okay.
Okay. All right, scared the guests. I'm gonna say that's what you say. I want to know what Anders is doing, if anything.
So I kind of not physically hold them, but rather just
Get in
stop
the way?
them from going down the stairs.
So you're physically putting yourself in the way.
Yeah, like
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so that's what you're doing. That's fine. You're trying like whoa, stop. I understand. Yep, Father Victor, what are you doing?
I mean, this is more of like in character, given that the priest mentioned that he felt compliant to like what the things that were happening,
Sure.
and
Sure.
the priest being young and like seeing that action of like he basically is fulfilling like the priest's end of the thing, and he doesn't mind not getting into the like getting in trouble with Sam as long as the anger's redirected to him, a man, instead of the
Right,
daughter.
but you do see the rest of the group not intervening
Yeah,
physically.
it's
So you
okay.
could say, I'm holding back unless it goes badly, in which case I will physically intervene. I don't mind doing that. Do you want to do that?
I would
As
I,
like,
I would say because he's already seeing the hair being pulled and stuff like that. Like even
yeah,
him as a drunkard, he would still intervene. Like he would actually want the
physically?
rifle. Yeah, he would hold the wrist actually and just like have the anger
Okay.
directed to him instead. Like have the
Okay.
anger of the
So then it
father.
becomes a dexterity test about what happens first and when. Okay. So that's fine. Helena.
Am I still putting out the fire?
No, you put it out when
Okay.
this exchange is happening.
I'm just wondering, like, everyone's trying to stop it, and I'm still there trying to put it out. Okay, what can I do?
I believe.
Is the fire out?
Yes.
The fire's
Okay.
out.
So it seems to me you can watch, you can intervene with words, or you can intervene physically. Those seem to be the options.
I could try to intervene with words and
Okay.
say,
Saying what?
wait, it's not what it looks like.
Okay, so that would be a manipulate test with a minus die because it's absolutely what it looks like. So we'll
could
get there.
explain.
Yeah, Valentina.
I will
about you?
intervene physically because she was beside Sophia, so
Uh-huh.
she's like closest. Thus, like I believe she would most likely pull her, try to like move her away from her father.
Okay, so what I want Nina, Valentina, and Victor to do is I want you both. Give me a second here. Let me just make sure I'm not talking out of my
Minus
butthole
one
here.
die as well.
I want you guys. I want the intervening physically people, Valentina and Father Victor. I want you to roll a physique roll, please, and the amount of successes is against the general. Actually, no, we'll do it like this. Just roll a d6, single d6, both
Okay.
you and Nina. Sorry, not Nina. I keep wanting to say Nina.
It's alright.
Give me one moment. So Valentina and Father Victor, both of you roll a d6. Anders and Torin and Helena, same thing. So we're gonna do it in order of whatever comes
I
first.
got a 6.
Okay then.
I got a 1.
Okay.
I got a 2.
2, 3. Okay. So Valentina, what I need you to do is make a physique roll, please.
That's 3. So I have the thing that -2. So I just have 2 dice.
-1.
Minus 1 rather. Sorry. I have 2 dice on me.
Yes.
Just straight physique,
Yeah.
right? Not close combat or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
I don't think you're. Yeah, this would be force. A force roll.
Force. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still the same. Okay. Oh. A double force.
He
4 and a 4.
smacks you, and you begin to fall down the stairs.
Damn.
Because he
Ciao.
got a single success, which
Wow.
means that you take a point of damage, which means that you are now. Give me a second. You would have a physical condition, which I'm going to get back to later. In the meantime, 4 was the next one I saw. Someone had a 4? Who was the 4?
No, it's 3.
3. Who got the 3?
Me. That would be Victor.
Okay.
Other Victor.
Okay. So what are you rolling? Are you trying to punch this guy or trying to drag?
I'm holding hold your anger
Sophia away.
situation. It's holding the wrist. It's stopping him from further damage.
So that's a force roll.
1-6. That's just 1-6 and 2 1s.
1-6. You begin. He got no successes, so you begin to like slow him down, which means that Anders, you are trying to speak. Is that correct?
I'm trying to be a physical barrier. So
Right. So give me a force roll, please.
force roll
Yes, please.
3.
Smack in the face.
Oh,
1-6.
I'm sad. No, I couldn't
1-6.
stop the.
Okay, so you are holding him up. Okay, you're basically like, like being sandbags to this guy. Helena, you are after that. I think you are trying to do what?
Can I change what I'm gonna do? I'm still gonna
Nope.
okay. No, and change what I'm gonna say, or I can't.
Yep. Yes, you can
Okay.
change what you were gonna say. Yep.
Okay, because instead of saying it's not what it looks like. Ooh, how stupid do I want to get?
Channel your inner Tearson. Do it.
3, 2.
Because I was thinking of
1.
trying to distract him, so I was thinking of making weird noises. It's so weird
A
that
paw.
Probably
he's
not gonna work.
stopped.
No.
Damn it. Okay, fine. It's not what it looks like.
Okay. Give me a manipulation test with minus a die.
Manipulation. 2 plus 4, so minus 1. That's like
So 5, rather
5.
than 6.
Okay. All right.
I love what Chad
4,
said.
4,
We basically kiss his hand, hurt him with confusion.
6.
Love that. Thank you, Chad. We'll think about that.
5, 5, 6, 1, 4, 1.
So what? Just tell me if you get any 6s.
I got 1 6.
1-6. Okay. So you are. It is a situation where, like, you're saying whatever you can to just get him to slow down. Torin, how about you?
Yeah, he's going to say, think about the patrons, he's trying to convince, but
Right.
also he has his hands up like this. Like he's
Yep,
not
I
being
understand.
violent, right?
Okay. So give me a
And I will
manipulate
say,
test.
inside, for character reasons, he is a parent and he does not like this. Like,
No,
he's not
I
approving of it at
imagine he
all.
would not.
But also, I think it's probably a lot more common for people to be that way in these
Sure.
days. So it's not like he's totally shocked by it, but he is disapproving. But he's trying to do the whoa, this is
Even
going
for
way
the
overboard.
standard, this is incredibly brutal.
Yeah, it's too much. Does not agree, but he's just like,
Yep. Okay.
Like,
So
think
give me
about the
a
patrons,
manipulate
right?
test. I'm gonna say with your advantage, which I
sure.
think technically gets used once you use it, but I'll let you use it one more time because it makes sense.
Okay, cool. So that was, and that gives you an extra 2, right?
2d6. Yeah.
Yeah. So manipulation +3 +2. Cool. That is 2 6s.
2 6s. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of this happens, and he seems to have slowed down, and he seems almost still, and then he is still, and you can feel underneath, because you're holding his arm, right, Father Victor?
His wrist. Holding his wrist.
His wrist, and as you've kind of got your hands like on his chest, I would say, given what I'm sort of imagining, because you're on the bottom end of the stairs. You feel his body is swaying. Anders?
Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Can you
Repeat everything I just
Yeah,
said? Yes.
just
Your hands
slightly.
are on his chest,
Mhm.
and he You have his hands on his chest to stop him, and he is slightly swaying.
Oh, he's drunk.
You look up into his eyes.
Oh, he's not
Oh, that's
drunk.
impressive.
Uh, I was looking at his chest, and he's swaying. I was like, he's drunk.
I should not. Only loved. Cannot sleep. Dreaming. And he begins to fall down the stairs.
Can I?
And we're gonna cut there.
Damn it!
We'll pick
No.
that up next time.
Damn it! No, don't fall, please. Please.
Oh no!
That
He's
was
just an
so
old
funny.
man.
It was the last thing too, and I was like, wait, could you please repeat that? I got momentarily distracted. Wait.
Okay. So we will pick that up again either in December or in the new year. We will see what happens, friendos. But that is the end for today.
Ooh.
So thank you very much for playing with me. Back to Den Mother, who will play us out.
Okay. Oh my good. I was.
Well done, mate. Well done.
I was.
Fucking hats
Oh,
off.
thank you.
Yeah. I
It
guess
was
it's like.
so cool.
Yeah, I guess we'll go through a round table of like quick fire in each of the players. How was their experience with VAESEN, and favorite moment, and things like basically how do you feel about the system and your favorite moment. So we'll all start putting people under the proverbial bus. Andy, let's go.
Why don't you
Damn
start
it!
with someone that isn't me? I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
sure,
then you
sure,
can
sure.
tell me how great I am when I return.
Yes.
All right. Personally, babe, can you mute? I could hear myself. Yeah. So, Phazon is actually a fun system, especially if I don't know, as a first time player of being here, it felt very easy to pick up. You just had to get past like how the dice rolls work.
Mhm.
But once you got past that, you're like, okay, I understand
Hello.
what you need to do. And also the fact that maybe maybe it was the DM as well who made it easier for all of us to get into it. So yeah, like I enjoyed my run. As for my favorite, I could go with the one at the start with cornbread. That one was funny. I could also go with
The one with cornbread.
the one with cornbread again. No. The one with the father, because I don't know how much free will you gave us, but me being able to assist Denma in that role, like saved
I know.
saved us
I
from
had
more trouble.
10 D6
Pretty
and
sure
it's
you can
still,
do it. If not, it makes sense to me in the moment.
It's
Yeah, I was like,
10
oh my god, how
D6.
did you manage to not get any sixes?
I know it 10 D6. I'm using cursed
Yeah.
dice. That's what it is. Cursed.
Another
Thanks, Jam.
moment that might be my favorite was just seeing Helena just be like, okay, the reveal of the fire, and then okay, yeah, this is true to character, not just
Accurate.
not just in the pre-gen or what Tirso has established, but also IRL as Tirso. And also the last part, because that was so funny. Like, sorry, what? I look away for 1 second, and it's my turn, and then he falls. I thought he was drunk, but nope. It was a horror bit, and I was like, wait, don't stop
Parts
there.
accurate.
Let me continue. I just got into the page. So yeah, that's my that's my experience and also my thoughts.
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you very much.
All right, now we shift on over to Nins. Your turn under the bus. How do you feel about Bison
Hello.
and favorite?
I agree with Andy that like it is easier to pick up than most. If you do have to like kind of get over the initial like wait, why is the numbers why are there two numbers in the sheet?
Right.
Okay.
Little weird. Yeah.
that kind of thing. But like getting over that, you're kind of good. It's easier to pick up than the most TTRPGs, so you're like using a lot of different dices. For this one, it's just a bunch of d6s. So Bison pretty fun. Um, favorite part is I love that like you described Corbett just like somersaulting and just like enjoying the field. I love that. It's
Being
just in
bored,
the
yeah.
background, just we're having this conversation. She's just there, so in her own little world.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is
Amazing.
All right, and now we shift on over to Tirso. Tirso, yes. How do you feel about Bison, and what's your favorite scene?
Hello. Okay. Wow. Bison's really cool. I agree with the others where like jumping into it. It's still like trying to figure out like how things work and stuff. But once we get into it, it's so easy to understand. And the fact that it's just using like six, just a bunch of that. It's really easy to get into. I love the storytelling. The environment is so cool. My favorite moment, uh, it's just me pulling a tear.
fire.
So that one, just me being me. I entered here with the intention of being a character. I just ended up being myself.
Beautiful.
I played very
Oh
convincingly.
god, thank you. But yeah, overall, it was so fun, and I can't wait for the next series
Yeah.
series
Me
session.
neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Okay, Mark, your turn. You.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think the whole I was reading through some of the core book as well when like we're going through, and yeah, it seems like it's not really that similar to much I've done before, but it seems like it's really leans to the RP kind of side of it. It leans to the storytelling, and it's less like mechanics and more like describe how your character is and how they feel and how it affects them and stuff. So I think I'm looking forward to really seeing how this goes. As far as favourite scenes go, yeah, I quite like the way that that whole last bit went was just the chaos of everybody all trying to do different things at the same time and how it was all balanced. I really liked that as well. I think trying to like put it in my head, because as me as like a player, immediately I think, what a fucking asshole, he needs to go down right now. And then I get to take it back and think in context, and it's like, would my actual character do that? And then I like situations that put me in that headspace anyway, where I've got to sort of lean into the character instead of lean into like my own bias, basically. So it's cool.
100%.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah, I just like short thoughts for me for Bison. It's definitely one of those things that I wanted to tick off my checkbox for the longest time. I've had a couple of friends invite me to their games, but schedules just wasn't aligning. And then like, and I'm glad that I know it's a new system for everybody, but everybody was willing to try it with me and just play. And it was just funny the initial, okay guys, prepare your D6s. Everybody started scrambling for their D6s. Like, okay, where's the D6? Having played Alien, it feels familiar, but there's also like the one thing I also appreciated, I guess it's more on the GM side of things, like explaining like the consequences of actions, like just painting a picture of this is what your character, if this goes, like this is me not stopping you but letting you know the consequences that would happen. Like you still have a mission, you're still part of like a society, you're here for a reason, you're here to investigate, you're not supposed to get like there's the understanding that once you get personal, once you get this might obstruct the mission and stuff like that. And then there's me thinking how like my character would get involved, especially with the nuances with the story and with the so like me um under loving the fact that I can internalize what the character's doing and then like using the story bits to make those decisions afterwards. So it was fun. It was really great. I think I still don't get the resource system, and I think we haven't gotten to use any of our talents in this point in time, but I think that's something we can explore in the next session.
Yeah, just remind me when it comes up. That's how it works, basically. Is
Yeah.
certain talents give you more d6s depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Some give you pets, etc., etc. So yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the potential resolution for this story.
My light just died.
Yeah, and also favorite.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to do it, and yeah.
Yeah, I think my
Can
favorite.
I just say,
Yeah.
sorry, no, please finish your thought before I continue. I thought you were finished.
No, I was gonna say
I
just the.
thought you were done.
No, I was just talking about VAESEN. I'm gonna nerd out
Are you
about.
still going?
I'm still.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No.
Okay, I'm going.
Are you
Remind me
ladies
to
done
watch.
shattering?
Time. Guys, time.
Guys, time. Okay, short and sweet. I like
Okay,
all the
stop.
scenes. Oh my god, I have no favorites. No, I mean I like the voices. I do like the fact that everybody did their voices. Cornbread was funny as heck, and the old man. I tried to play a serious Andrew Scott, and I keep laughing whenever I hear the old man. And it's just shit. It's like every time the old man. I just love the voices, so that's it. It's really cool. Hats
The
off, dude.
parable into the cough was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's just like it broke me. It broke me so much. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
So it was funny. Yeah, that's it. And I'll give the floor now to Jack for like thoughts of running. I know this is your first system, and like how do you feel with the group so far?
Yeah. Oh look, the group went really well. This is my first time playing with Nin, who prefers to have the camera off. I will say, Nin, you went above and beyond to make sure that I sort of heard you and made sure that you were like still like participating in the game, which is doubly hard to do because I can't see your face. So I want to point that out. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate the energy. I think I could have done a better job at reskinning it to fit Irish mythology. I ran out of time because I've just, real life stuff happened. This is technically a Swedish adventure that I just basically reskinned rather than, and here's an interesting thing. The British Isles has no Irish adventures at all. I was like, oh, Britain, Wales.
Huh.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, that's very British of us, to be fair.
England, Wales. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, whatever.
Bison,
So
change
look,
that.
It is.
I hear all I hear is conquer.
Yes, very that. Except we never surrendered, never. So look, as far as VAESEN goes, I think it does a very good job of what it's trying to do, which to me, it's a very more accessible Witcher. Which is to say, it's not set in a fantasy world, it's set in our world. But like, monsters are real, they need to be dealt with. People are going to treat you differently if they find out that you're some weirdo that can see monsters.
Yeah.
And having a shared language is the same reason I like Call of Cthulhu, right? So, if we're all in a setting that we're all aware of, that's what I think makes one of the reasons I think Call of Cthulhu really shines, and so too this, because if we all know, okay, 1890s Ireland, right? We can at least have an image of that. If I explain a fantasy world, it's a little bit harder, at least for me, to kind of get the buy-in because there's so much stuff that you're just unaware of. So I enjoy that. The same reason I enjoy Conan as a fantasy figure, because it's Earth. In case you didn't know, Conan is set in Earth. It's actually Earth. But yeah, favorite moment, probably when I think Nin is naturally a little shy, so I was pretty happy when I got to poke you into doing something, because I think you were perfectly happy sitting and eating quietly with cornbread, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna try and actually make sure you play the game that you know to make sure that you're actually enjoying yourself and having fun. So I made sure that prompt was there, and I gave you a little bit of a booster and said, like, you can ask her name, and you're like, I will do that, and that was really fun. So I enjoy getting players out of their shell, and you did a really good job, Nick. That would probably be my favorite. In general, everyone had a really good moment. Like Anders just being a grumpy prick in the morning was fun. Father Victor having this moral quandary, this like real backbone of like, you know, like this is an injustice that's gone too far. Torin trying desperately to bond with Sammy, who's clearly not just traumatized but a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's an
There's not
arsehole.
much you can do
Like,
about that.
trying to relate to a total arsehole is hard.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard. And
You have family, I have
Helena,
family.
yeah. And Helena basically just kind of going like, yeah, all right, I've already fucked it up. Let's make it entertaining. You know, that's always fun. So yeah, those are my long-winded thoughts.
Thank you so much. Again, it was really fun having you over here in the side of the pond. It was fun running Alien for you, and then going.
I'll happily be here anytime. You guys were great.
Yay! Awesome.
Can I just say I made a mistake?
What?
I looked at
What
the
you
wrong
do?
sheet at the last part, and I was rolling for Helena's using Helena's stats, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
You
Say la vie,
you
friend.
you underpowered yourself
Oh well.
for this
So
moment.
it's your
At least
fault.
you're
I got-
honest.
Why I keep going into these situations? It's your fault.
No, it's not.
Because
It
you
was
keep
just the
taking away my
last.
Stats.
It was the last
It's
part.
you.
I was just looking at other people's characters, and I forgot to scroll back up.
All right, so I'll
Cool,
just
cool.
It's okay.
I'll just quick round table of where can people find you, do your plugs and stuff. This is your time to do all the fun plugs. We'll start first with Andy. I know you got stuff to plug, so where can people find you? What are you doing?
I have been thrown under the bus. Oh,
Three
shit.
times na.
3
3 to 4.
times.
3 times.
3 to 4.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's okay.
'Cause I appreciate you.
Right. Thank you so much, Denma, once again for inviting me to enjoy this new system. This is new for me, so yeah. It's fun. I'm Andrew. Wait, that sounded. It's fun. It's fun.
It's
Mm.
It's very fun, and I mean that genuinely from the bottom of my heart,
Yay!
of my 3 hearts.
God.
It's kind of weird. Sorry, I keep going off on tangents because it's always Denma who introduces me to new things like magic.
I know, right? I'm just gonna pull you to everything. Nerd stuff.
Yeah,
Let's go.
You're just like
And then you
pulling
pull me
on
down with you.
adventures.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. I'm the Andrew Tops on everything. So, if you find it hard to find me, then the Andrew Tops. That's it. Even OnlyFans. It was a mistake. It's a big story. It's a long story, but I accidentally made an account there, so
Sure.
you can find it there as well.
Okay.
What else? I stream on Twitch the consistent ones this month are Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays for horror night, and Sundays for D&D, yeah, with Pixie. Which Mars isn't allowed to watch
Why?
because I get shy when she watches.
No. Why? Oh my god.
What else? This December 1, I will be performing my one-man show. We're gonna be doing SpongeBob the Musical one-man show. So
Yeah.
if you're unfamiliar with the one-man show or how I run my one-man shows, basically I take a musical, either a movie musical or a Broadway musical, and I perform the whole thing, playing all of the characters.
Amazing.
Last
Beautiful.
on the first year we did Mamma Mia. Last year we did High School Musical 1, and I made an original musical during Christmas. So that we
Sweet.
have that.
Yeah.
And then this December one, SpongeBob the musical one man show, and it's gonna be really, really, really amazing. Tirso knows this. I've been preparing. I've been all the music, the visuals. It's a higher level than what I've done before. So hopefully you
Okay.
guys watch.
Yes, yes. It'll be.
And
It-
yeah,
It's
that
9
is it for
p.m.
me.
GMT plus 8. Yeah, check that out on December 1st. Let's go! Woo! Okay, the next streamer, Mark. Where can people find you? What are you doing? What you up to?
Yeah, hi. You can find me on Twitch under the Rat Slayer. That's pretty much it. I don't think I'm quite as as talented as Andrew is. I'm not doing big, mad, planned one man shows or anything. But if you want to see some impromptu streams of me playing silly games, then
I don't believe
please
that.
stop by. Well, okay, we'll say
You're-
I will say it's a
you
different
have so
talent
much
then. All right, we'll say it's different, right? We'll say I don't have as much planned stuff as
Yeah.
as that does, and I'm sure. And if I'm awake, I think that'll probably be quite early in the morning. But I would love to come by and see it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yes, follow the
I think yeah, it's
follow the
gonna
Rat
be
Slayer. Yes, and
that sounds great. But yeah, just give me a follow on Twitch, and I don't have a schedule or anything because I'm not good like that. Whenever I do one, I don't stick to it. So you'll see it. If I'm live, I'm live. Hit the bell, and you never know. You might get surprised by it.
oh, it's always a mystery. Ooh. Okay, Nins, where can people find you?
Hello. Hi, quick lang
Yeah,
before
well.
I plug myself. Thank you, kay Jack and Denma, for bringing us all together. Super fun. Looking forward for the next one.
Yay.
Insert plug here. Every social media is under Nincy Fernandez. That's NINCFERNAND. I also
You cut out.
She's cutting out.
It's cutting out.
Wait, because
I have
she
returned.
takes that from me because that's
Wendy.
how I spell. That's how I spell her
Socials.
Her socials.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for the purpose of mentioning our podcast that you forgot to mention, so I'm mentioning it. We have a podcast called The Frightening Alarming Real Life Tales Show. It was mentioned earlier if you weren't here. I'm pretty sure Denma has a VOD
Yeah.
gonna be up, correct? Yep, great. Yeah, so come hang out, check us out. Weird, fun stuff. Yay.
And nationally recognized, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was so cool. So much hype.
It is cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Alright. And Tearsha, where people find you?
Yeah, +1 on the podcast. I've watched that podcast. It's good.
Really fun.
Oh, thank you.
Hello. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I'm doing the plugs, right? Okay.
Yes, your plug.
There. That's my plug. Okay.
No!
Uh,
No!
Anyway,
Wait, the camera, no! It broke the thing that broke the stream! No! Go put the timer!
you asked me to do a plug. I did the plug.
Oh my god.
See, this is my charger. Tirso's charger. Tirso's plugs.
Thank you for that joyous Tearso.
You
Anyway,
can see Jack not rolling any
Dying inside.
sixes.
oh no, Jack's gonna put me in even more ridiculous situations next time.
Just have cornbread come around every scene, punch you in the dick, and run.
Okay, yeah. So, I am Tirso Tan Jr. on everywhere, basically. Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. I'm mostly active on Instagram and Blue Sky now. Instagram's my portfolio where you can see my design stuff, my animations, and Blue Sky is just me, just vibing really.
Yep.
Also, I would like to mention because I think both Andrew and Nins forgot to mention Farts' other spin-offs. There's one
Yes!
I would like to mention one behind you. It is a YouTube video not podcast video series by Andrew and his best friend, where they both compete to tell the scariest story.
Yes.
And they're currently filming season 2. Season 1's already done. You can all watch it on YouTube. And the other spin-off from Farts that Andrew's gonna continue on December is So Here's the Story, a weekly live stream on Twitch where he does horror movie reviews.
I think you mean the scare
It's
tapes.
a yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I mixed up
I
the
was-
previous spin-off.
Guys, I'm done plugging. Plug your own stuff.
yeah, plug your own stuff, guys.
No, but this is
But
the
thank
Andy
you.
show now. Like,
Where do you find the time? My
For
God.
yours.
so many things. Andy's doing so many things. Oh my god.
So busy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last but
My
not
bestie so busy.
yeah, but we'll go now to Jack. What do you? Where can people find you, and what are
Hi.
you doing?
Okay. Yes, guys, you can find me on all the social media garbage at Jack Squarepeg. Predominantly, I do my work on Twitch and YouTube. I do a lot of horror work. Predominantly, I run the game Call of Cthulhu with the pulp modification. You can catch my Cowboy Pulp Cthulhu show Trouble Over Yonder over on YouTube. It's John Carpenter's thing, meets Good, Mad, the Ugly. It's a good time. And we are releasing Time to Harvest in the new year, which is 1930s Miskatonic Students. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed my time here. And hopefully we'll get to do this again in one fashion or another, because it's always nice to find players that I think immediately click, and I feel like it worked quite well. So I'll happily run whatever, whenever. And I like that we're basically sister channels at this point. So yeah, that's
Good.
fun.
Hanging out and stuff,
Yeah.
and there's no need to plug for me. I'm just hanging out here doing stuff. But I will say, it's Jack's fault that I'm running Pulp Cthulhu now. That's just every Tuesdays.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hashtag blame
I will
Jack.
take that.
I will blame Jack for that one. But thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah,
and,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We're gonna raid out now to the Mad Mimic Petra. He is playing Sea of Thieves with Sin, who are the players of my Pulp Cthulhu game. So we'll just send them the cornbread emojis. No explanations. It's just cornbread. They will be like, "What is
Just
going?"
cornbread.
Just cornbread.
Cornbread emoji on Twitch?
No, I'm gonna
Just cornbread things, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put cornbread and then raid. That's it. I'm gonna post it real quick if I can grab it. No, I didn't grab it fast enough. Grab faster. There, and then I have to put the lizard face. The lizard face. I can't find the lizard face. Lizard face.
It's a nice look at the behind the scenes. This is
There's the snake.
commentary of how a raid works.
Okay.
There's a snake in my boots.
No, I don't have the snake. So there, cornbread. There you go. You just send that. There's no context.
I see.
It's beautiful.
God,
Oh
that's
my
funny.
god, okay.
I'll copy.
Sure.
Yeah,
That
no
is
context. We're just sending it to him like cornbread. That's it. And it'll be like, what the heck's going on? Cornbread. Cornbread is MVP.
Cornbread, ah, cornbread, ah, cornbread, ah.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that fits.
All right, and we'll see you guys on the next stream and follow these awesome peoples. Bye.
Like the Twice song, cornbread, ah. All right, bye guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Rule the ho-
And ending stream.
Den,